This is another segment of Alexis K. Tyler, uh, Celebrity Reads, and a mixture of spiritual sexuality, vagina power. You know what? I just woke up and a bitch set me off. This bitch set me off, goddammit. And this wasn't the motherfucking first time the bitch set me the fuck off about my readings and what I said about Tanisha, Nipsey baby mama, and what the fuck I said about the other baby mama, the fake ass actress that was with him still lying, talking about they was living together and they were life partners. The first you ran into the hospital with your fake ass, talking about, oh, my husband, what happened to my husband? Ran into the wrong hospital when you know what the fuck was gonna happen to your fake lying ass, goddamn, pretending to be wifey ass. You know what the fuck was gonna happen to Nipsey motherfucking ass bitch, cause you helped set that motherfucking shit up, and you knew he was never your goddamn husband, and you were never motherfucking wife material. A freak, dick sucker, pussy licking, calm drinking, hoe, Hollywood, Holly weird. Sell your soul through your booty hole. Fight another bitch about a nigga and his dick and sucking and drinking motherfucking cum and dick for gold. Fake fame and motherfucking gold. And then your bitches, your fucking minions, want to come over here and say something to me. And this ain't the first time I seen that shit and I didn't address that shit. I looked over that motherfucking shit. But bitch, I'm not in the mood, goddamn it, today, bitch, for looking over some shit. Cause I already don't motherfucking feel good, bitch. And I'm a little bit agitated, bitch. Cause I woke up with a crook in my motherfucking neck, hoe. So now since you wanna crack your neck, roll your neck, bitch, come over here and take up for a wayward, stinking, dick sucking, powder snorting, pill popping, demonic selling your soul, bitch, excuse me, bitches, then bitch, you can get it too. Cause the bitch don't just mother, I don't know when the bitch wrote the motherfucking comment. Cause I'm tired of hoes taking up for hoes, sluts taking up for sluts, sluts of a feather flocking the motherfucking gapper. Bitches taking up for each other, goddamn it. Oh, good morning, baby, but it ain't no good goddamn motherfucking morning, bitch. Don't bring your stinking ass over here, bitch, trying to take up for a bitch that done fucked a nigga and sold they soul for gold. And now you don't like what the fuck I said about them because the person that's coming over here is physically dead. But yet they still motherfucking alive. And they pass a message to me to pass to the two motherfucking bitches that they got babies by, that they argued with, that they had love-hate relationship with, and that bitches got babies by them. And now all they doing, instead of talking about how much they love Nipsey, going to the DA for Nipsey, talking about Eric Holder for Nipsey, going to the public for Nipsey, speaking out and having rallies for Nipsey, getting on the internet and social media for Nipsey, and demanding justice for Nipsey, and getting private investigators for Nipsey, and going to his motherfucking set for Nipsey on hood, bitch, on Crip, bitch, on God, bitch, instead of them two bitches getting out, demanding justice and demanding the killer be strung up in the motherfucking city square, bitch, or decapitated and motherfucking gutted, bitch, and having his jugular cut, bitch, at City Hall, bitch, or having it done in the jail, bitch, on Crip, bitch, instead of the bitch doing that shit, bitch. You gonna motherfucking come over here, bitch, and tell me, bitch, that I'm just like them, bitch, that I'm a single mother, bitch, that I ain't never been married, bitch, and I'm in the same boat as them, bitch, and you can't talk about nothing, bitch, unless you been through something, bitch, and they life is their motherfucking testimony, bitch, and I'm just like them, bitch, so why I'm judging them, bitch, suck my dick, bitch, eat my clit, bitch, these bitches ain't like me, bitch, get it right, hoe. Cause just because I've never been married, bitch, don't mean I'm like them, bitch. My students put my goddamn motherfucking cash app in the motherfucking group. and send me donations and support me if you love me and you fuck with my campaign and you fuck with my messages. Bitch, like I said, I am a psychic medium. I speak to those that everybody say is dead because they physically dead. They physically died. The physical body seen a terrible, unwanted, and unwelcome demise. As that old commercial say by Paul Masson Wine, we shall have no wine before it's time. Well, unfortunately, these are young, beautiful men that were shot in Rome, aka Hollyweird, and took the oath that they did not know they were taking, whether they knew they were taking it voluntarily or involuntarily, consciously or subconsciously and superconsciously. They still took the oath to sell their soul for a pot of motherfucking illusionary fake gold in Hollyweird. And this man was murdered at 33 years old. Armias Joseph Ashkedam, aka his alter ego and one of his personalities that made the brilliant tech geek and genius Armias Joseph Ashkedam famous and more wealthy because he was already rich. So I'm not going to say made him rich. He was already rich. He was in that world at 33 and was shot and sacrificed Masonic style in Rome under a Jewish Ashkenazi human flesh ritual for power of the two baby mamas and everybody else that was in the group that agreed to assassinate, annihilate, humiliate, and participate in the stealing of his blood legacy and the blood inheritance of his ancestors. Participate in stealing it through blood oaths and blood rights that he did not know he was participating in. Also in the demonic, satanic, Ashkenazi Jewish sacrifices of the LAPD and his own set, the Rolling 60s. And his comrades that were his business partners that he thought that he could trust and that were his friends. Rock Nation, Atlantic Records. His baby mama, that's the actress P. Diddy, T.I., DJ Khaled. Karen Civil, A Fool Ya, David Gross, and all these other people that he thought were his friends and was his business associates. Now he dealt with David Gross at Vector 90 because he wanted to bring black children that are extremely talented and intellectual and not stupid with a low IQ because they're considered niggers. He wanted to bring them the education and to develop their skills and get their knowledge and degrees in science and technology. That one that we still cannot accept has been brutally butchered and murdered, and that we won't let go of. And we can't stop being heartbroken for and wanting justice and speaking his name in our mouth and honoring him, paying tribute to him. That one right there was caught in that system. And he is physically dead yet still alive. And I'm passing his messages from here as he moves from here to the other side and back again. So I have to say, since these are things I see in the spirit, and I don't know these people personally, these are psychic readings, as well as tarot readings, and I'm a psychic medium and a medical intuitive. And I don't claim to know these people or know for a fact the events that I'm seeing. and that I'm hearing these people tell me the messages that I write down. I don't claim to know for a fact they're true, but I am a spiritualist. So what I am saying is on a spiritual level. And this man picked me to pass his messages to. And every time I pass a message, a bitch want to get personal and get in her feelings about it and say that I am doing a personal attack on the two baby mamas because that's just what I want to do. And I'm passing a judgment. Bitch, I'm not passing a judgment of my personal opinion. I am passing the message of Nipsey Hussle. And the originator of the message that created the entity, Nipsey Hussle, the master of ceremonies, the author, the producer, the architect of the messages that I send, that I relay, bitch. I don't create these. I'm just the messenger. You always want to shoot the messenger, bitch. Like I read for other people that walk in here and I pass their messages. The person that is bringing the message that I believe I am seeing, hearing, feeling, and listening to, and writing down the message, bitch, and reading and repeating the message, bitch, is Amius Joseph Ashkidam Ho. Coming from the bloodline of people that were never enslaved by whites or anybody. Never beaten, hung, raped, strung up, and sold as slaves, which is the Ethiopian and the Eritrean, bitch. Never a motherfucking slave, always standing down on his 10 toes like his daddy, bitch, and like his daddy's ancestors that will fight you, bleed, fight you for life, and fight you to death, bitch, before they would ever get on their knees and live on their knees as a goddamn slave. They were never slaves, bitch. Well, the first Bible and the cradle of civilization in the Garden of Eden, white scientists say, was Ethiopia. The so-called Middle East and Africa, where people of color, not whites, are the oldest of civilizations, bitch. That's who I'm speaking for and passing his messages. That loved his heritage and his culture through his father's teaching for him and his brother, but also was in love with the so-called dirty, two-faced, backstabbing African-American nigga in LA, an African-American bitch in LA that he died for, lived for, gangbang for, rock with, fought for, and ended up being assassinated by a bitch. That is who I am, transcribing the message for, bitch. But don't shoot the messenger, hoe. But then again, bitch, you shoot me, bitch. Pow, pow. Goddamn it, bitch, I'm gonna shoot your motherfucking ass, bitch, and will stick you, bitch. Like I'm doing right now, hoe. Do not ever, bitch. Do not ever, I mean motherfucking never, hoe. As long as you breathe, piss, shit, and bleed. Bitch, don't ever decide and decipher within your mind and confer with your ignorant fucking mind, you dumb bitch, and say that me, the VP, Alexis K. Tyler, the queen and originator of vagina power, right here coming out of my mouth, bitch, in ATL in the dirty South. Bitch, don't ever say Queen Dripalicious, bitch. Speak for King Nip. But I am the same as the two bitches that he speaks of. And he speaks about that he was fucking and sucking and selling dope with, doing dope with, gang banging, bitch. Because the first baby mama brags that she taught him to do that. She was his teacher. She sucked his dick. She drank his cum. She fucked other bitches with him. And she took him in, so she say. Taught him how to cook dope, sell dope, package it, and bang with him and beat a bitch up about sucking his dick, bitch. And share him with another bitch. Huh? Don't you ever, bitch, not never in your motherfucking life, bitch, ever compare me to them and say I'm the same as them because I am never married. Bitch, I chose to be never married. I was born out of the ass of an animal, bitch. Do you understand me? My mother is a uncivilized, inhumane, human, a female type of animal that chooses, like a snake, to have children. And if she does not get away from her children and eat, because a lot of times they will fast before they lay their eggs and give birth, they will eat their own babies. That is the type of female, a human animal that gave birth to me and abused me and abandoned me and passed me around a whole life. So my first history is being in the womb, in the vicinity of the voice coming through the breath of a bitch that never wanted me and never loved me. So the very beginning of my life into the existence is filled with pain, hurt, heartache, abuse, misuse, denial, and abandonment. And I learned from those things. And I chose to share my life. And then she was a preacher on top of that. Coming from the South, we're taught to love unconditionally, to be beat up and abused and turn your other cheek and still be a giver, still be a victim, still be a stupid bitch, a punk bitch. While my mother and my grandmother were saying that to me, but made sure they got theirs. And if somebody fucked over them, they got their pound of flesh, teaching me to turn the other way and be a goddamn victim and a dumb bitch and fuck a nigga and look for a husband to love you, but not stand in vagina power and shield yourself and pick from a place of power, not from a place of vulnerability and a place from giving your heart away and from a place of pain. So I knew none of those things. And I sacrificed myself and I chose to take vows of celibacy and not get married and pick relationships continually from a place of abuse, self-flagellation, denial of self-pleasure, denial of self-knowledge, and get married and live with niggas from a place of ignorance. I chose to live a life of sacrifice, humiliation, and degradation. I took the high road of the servant, the teacher, the wounded healer through pain, instead of sucking a famous nigga's dick. Getting a baby by him and bragging about it and fighting another bitch about him. And we're going to share our ass with him. Bitch, you fucking him. I'm going to fuck him too, bitch. You getting money. I'm going to get money too, bitch. You got a baby. I'm going to get a baby too, bitch. And brag about it so I can get in that line. Not the welfare check line, but I guess the entertainment, the Hollywood welfare line where I'm going to fuck a nigga and suck a nigga and get me some money. You did a Cardi B. Fuck them, then I get some money. Do black magic spells and rituals on them because you already an actress in the entertainment world. So you already done sold your soul that don't belong to you. You already a demon. Every man you date, even if you date a hood nigga, you must like to date them and fuck them because of who they are or what they got. Or you just a freako anyway because y'all had to. Everybody that stays in the industry for a long period of time, everybody that's connected, everybody that get a job as an actress, a singer, a dancer, a musician, an entertainment lawyer, an entertainment psychic, all of y'all gonna sell y'all soul through your mouth, ass, your motherfucking booty hole, or you gonna help set another motherfucker up to get initiated into that shit and sell they motherfucking soul so you can watch they flesh be carved from they motherfucking bones and they blood consumed or having babies or saying that, oh, you had an abortion and you crying, but you really had a motherfucking, you had a miscarriage. Y'all don't have abortion. You have miscarriage and crying about it when you know you really did have a backdoor motherfucking herbal abortion or a motherfucking abortion in a doctor's office through chemicals or through surgery, bitch, to sacrifice it to Satan for power, fame, and fortune, flesh for flesh, blood for blood, bone for bone, and you enjoy the benefits of the industry, the fake fame, the fake celebrity, because you sacrifice yourself to blood in, and then you sacrifice yourself and somebody else to stay in, and then when it's time for you to die, you blood out, and you help kill another motherfucker to blood out, and you do the group sex rituals, bitch. How the fuck is that like me? How the fuck are these two women like me? And because I passed this man's message, I'm not just passing my opinion on these bitches, although I will throw it in. I have more integrity. Huh? I'm choosing to be single. I will never marry a man because I'm lonely and because that's what I'm supposed to do. And I have been proposed to. And I will never marry a man for financial security and suck a dick and get some money, bitch. Because basically you just a whore with a motherfucking wedding band on. That's not a spiritual sexual agreement, a karmic bloodline agreement based on the elevation of the soul of the man and the elevation of the soul of the woman, where you are the goddess and you help him become the god. Or you are a goddess and you don't know you are, and you marry a man for spiritual purposes, family principles, and bloodline first, so that he helps you raise into your goddess principles, because he is God. He elevates you financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, sexually, and socially. That's not why you got with Nipsey, bitch. Because Tanisha didn't even really believe in him because he had nothing at first. She pulled him in like he was a fucking stray. Well, his mama didn't love him and he didn't have no money and had no family. And what help you did give him as he came up on his own intuition. He bossed up on his own, like he said, through his sheer will, hard work, and his determination that he got from his father and his brother. The three wise men. Those are the ones that help him boss up and stand in your own honor and integrity and know who you are as a man and what you are as a man. And it wasn't based on the money they had, because his father came over here as a poor immigrant who wanted the dream and fought for the dream and played the long game and lived with honor and integrity. And he loved his children so much that although he had nothing, he stayed with them and he took him in when their own mother didn't want them, chasing her own baller bunny fantasies and dreams that never became a reality. That is the cloth he was cut from. And it wasn't based on sucking dick and selling his soul in Hollywood for gold. It was from sheer determinations with his father that stood upright and strong as a man, not a strong man because of the physical and material things as he accomplished, but because of the history of the blood and his ancestors that he fought for, he would die for, and he lived for, and came to the U.S. standing with his back tall, proud, and strong, and believing in what he gave birth to, his two boys. That is not what these two baby mothers lived by. That is not how they lived. That is not how their mothers lived. And that's clearly not how their fathers lived. Because one of those baby mamas, the one that was with him the longest, had a father who might have been a hustler and a drug dealer, but is a straight up junkie. Or has lived a long time, Tanisha's father, as a junkie. And I've spoken that before based on what Nipsey told me. And I've seen that. And Nipsey did take care of her children, and the children that weren't even his. I don't know how many other family members he took care of. But he loved her unconditionally, although he was not in love with her. And he was not in love with the baby's mother, that's an actress, although at first he thought he was, until he finally took heed and he investigated and saw what his friends in the neighborhood tried to tell him. And they were not telling him out of jealousy. They were telling him out of concern because they didn't want him used, hurt, and abused and marrying a hoe, thinking that she was a fucking housewife and thinking that she was a star and put an actress on a pedestal to use him and abuse him. She was a pass around too. That's what he found out. So he was not in love with her when he physically died either. He was not living with her. He was never legally married to her. And he was never engaged to her. But she put herself on the white horse put him in white, put herself in front of him, above him on the white horse, and had him slaughtered and assassinated for gold. Both these women are fighting for his money and fighting for supremacy and the relationship with him. And the actress always stands out as if she's the wife representing him, trying to sell awards on his behalf, and that the sun rose and set on him, and that she loved him so much she fought to be with him over all others. She was sharing him the whole goddamn time. Maybe for a little while she had him to herself. She was sharing him, and she willingly argued with Tanisha, fought with Tanisha, fought with other bitches, had group sex with him, eat pussy, suck dick, and snort powder, from what Armias is telling me from the other side. And I transcribed it and passed the message. The other baby mother, Tanisha, popped pills, drank, ate pussy, sucked dick, fought bitches. I even physically got into altercations with bitches and threatened to jump and kill bitches to eliminate bitches out of the way of her being with Nipsey, because she couldn't control him and she couldn't control his cock. So she trying to cock block. And her pussy wasn't enough to keep him to herself. Bitch, I ain't never, ever, bitch. And both of them got sleep with different men's and suck men's thing and drank men come out they thing like they bending over like Harriet Tubman for her first time drinking out of goddamn cold goddamn water faucet. Drinking water and bending over and sipping cold water, instead of being on the run and sipping water out the damn ocean or damn pond or out the damn hole they done dug in the ground out of a fucking well. They over there sipping calm out of men thing, different men thing. Like they drinking cold water like a slave on the run, like Harriet Tubman, goddammit. And they're moving on her life because she ain't never seen or drunk out a goddamn water fountain. And it come up out the water fountain in a semicircle like an arch, like a damn rainbow. They drinking men come out they dick like they kissing the Skittles rainbow, goddammit. And have an arc of calm skiing out the nigga dick in the air, drinking it like they ain't had no damn water in a few days, and drinking like a goddamn fugitive on the run. First time getting cold water in a few days, goddammit, out of goddamn water fountain. Bitch, I ain't never, ever, bitch, in this lifetime, in this body, sucked on a nigga dick with 2 and 3 or more other niggas in a group sex, getting gang banged out, bitch, in a motherfucking orgy in the entertainment industry, bitch. I ain't never let a nigga beat my motherfucking ass and fuck another bitch and get with him and suck and eat out and watch him bang out another fucking bitch on some motherfucking coke or on some motherfucking Molly, bitch, on some motherfucking alcohol. Bitch, I ain't never did no motherfucking orgy, bitch, and I ain't never let 2 niggas fuck me. I ain't never been filmed. And even if I was filmed when I was young and dumb and didn't know no motherfucking better, bitch, they never, nobody ever filmed me behind my back getting fucked by 2 niggas. Cause I ain't never fucked 2 men at the same motherfucking time, bitch. I ain't never been in no entertainment orgy, bitch. Well, I seen men's and women all together fucking and sucking, bitches sucking this nigga, bitches fucking that nigga, or fucking my own nigga in a room full of other people getting high and drunk and fucked and sucked. That never happened to me, bitch. Not because it couldn't happen to me, bitch. Not because I wasn't invited to the party, bitch. But because I always declined the invitation. And I don't want to be so famous or be on TV, or when I got on TV in Atlanta, to stay on TV and go into higher opportunities for mainstream film, mainstream TV, and mainstream money. I refuse the deals, bitch. So again, I ask you, how the fuck am I like those 2? The 2 baby mamas of Nipsey that I speak of, just because I am not married. How the fuck am I like them? I ain't never had an abortion. I ain't never had a miscarriage. I was only pregnant 1 time in my life, and I had a son, and I stopped right there. Even though I dated and had boyfriends and sex partners, I chose to protect myself. And I dated wealthy men. I dated men and then found out later they were married after they lied to me. And I dealt with that relationship differently. Like this one was a situation I was stuck in because I didn't know it. The man lied to me the whole time and he took care of me. And I was with that one man all these years. And when I was celibate, I didn't even fuck him. I didn't even sleep with him because I found out he was a big liar. He had a lot of money. And I chose not to fuck and suck and do a lot of things he wanted me to do to get the money or to try to fight his woman about him and make him leave her or give her an ultimatum and argue with her. I never did that because I realized the situation I was in and I had to learn my position because I didn't know my position. Well, see, sometimes when you learn your position, well, I'm sorry, maybe that's just me. And I could even say I was a dumb bitch. Why? Because I didn't do what these two women did. I didn't target men for money that I knew was married. Fuck them, get pregnant by them on purpose because this man did want a baby with me. When we used to be happy the first 10 years. And I chose not to do that because I felt like he was lying to me. And then I found out he was in a long-term relationship that he wasn't going to leave. But you want to have a separate family with me, a fake family, a play family, and have a child with me? And you weren't offering me the equal life. See, I feel like this. Ain't nothing wrong with sharing a nigga. Ain't nothing wrong with being in a polygamous relationship as long as the man treats you like he treats the first wife he was with and the wife agrees to it. And y'all have an equal lifestyle. Nipsey didn't have an equal lifestyle with these two women. And even when he tried to take care of both of them, have babies by both of them, they wasn't having it. Because they wanted him to themselves. And they wanted him to choose. And he didn't want to do that, obviously, because he didn't see nothing in him. And he wasn't deeply in love with him. See, when a nigga is in love with you and he decided that you is the one, he don't bring another woman in. He don't play with another woman. He don't ask you to fuck other women and eat pussy. And even if he do, you got the wedding band on and you the main bitch. And if he die while he's getting fucked by another bitch, you get everything. Nipsey never did that with either one of these women. Neither one of them had a wedding band. Neither one of them had a wife. It said on the Cardinals report he was single and never married. If you marry me and you take care of me, I might do a gangbang with you sometimes, nigga. Not with no other niggas. You want to bring a bitch in, and that's what we do from time to time. You can bring the bitches in along. We done had the HIV test, the herpes test, the gonorrhea. We done had all the tests, bitch, because I am living the fantasy. I am living the dream. I'm the wife. I got the mention on the goddamn heel. You belong to me. I got papers on your motherfucking ass. And anytime you fucking a bitch and you have a heart attack and you cash out physically and your body is dead in your demise, you love me and thought enough of me and nigga, you was choosing. So I'm gonna let you pimp this pussy, nigga, cause you choosing. And I accepted and I wanted to be chose. And you put papers on me and I got papers on you. And when the chips all fall and we go to court, even if you had a bitch on the side, bitch, you can have your little trinkets because the DNA match is, bitch. Or we had that agreement. So I'll let you get taken care of. But bitch, everything is mine. The world is mine, bitch. I am Scarface in this position, bitch. The female lady boss because you married me. Yeah, under those circumstances, bitch, I'll compromise the dick. I'll share the dick. I'll share a little pussy. I'll do a little pussy licking, bitch, because you have made me the goddess and you said you my God and you belong to me in the courts of this land. Your shit is mine. Your world is mine. So that's different. This ain't marry no bitch and made her his female lady boss in his physical life or in his physical death. Ain't now one of these bitches running his estate, but y'all sitting up here fighting about a nigga and fighting who was first and fighting who fucked him the longest and calling a bitch phone and texting a bitch and playing with a bitch and cussing a bitch and want to put your hands on another bitch about the dick. Bitch, don't ever compare me to these two. Because one thing I've never done, when I found out a nigga had another bitch on me, I decide how I'm going to play that if I got a baby by the nigga or how I'm going to move the fuck on and keep my honor and integrity. I'm going to tell you a story, a quick story about Drip, about Dripalicious. My baby daddy, my son, when I met him, I didn't know this nigga was common law married in Georgia because the nigga told me he was single. I went to the nigga house and everything. Took me on a date the first time he met me within a few days. I'm at the nigga house. I'm laying in the nigga house. I'm laying in the bed that I didn't know the nigga was sharing with another bitch and had been with for 5 years because he moved the bitch picture. He moved all panties, drawers, where it looked like a bachelor pad. Okay, when I got over there, and he was almost 10 years older than me. I'm young, dumb, and had just been made homeless by my mother. And I'm heartbroken. I just want love that I never had. So I was young and naive. I worked with him. Excuse me, I worked for him. He was my boss. Then decided to hit on me. Even though I felt something wasn't right, but I didn't trust my intuition. I didn't know nothing. Had been abused my whole life and living on the street in the winter. So I'm just wanting somebody to love me and care for me. And I'm not making excuses for myself. I'm still working through the pain of that and being used and hurt and abused by this no good ass motherfucking nigga. I got slept with him. I got pregnant the first time because I had never slept with a man and I was a virgin, so I knew it was his. Waited a couple of weeks, told my grandmother because she took me in after I was living in the street, sleeping in my car. And my mother claimed she was sorry. I told her. She went down to this nigga job and was behind my back telling this nigga I was a whore. I was a prostitute. My baby could be along to anybody. And she knew that I had never slept with anybody. She had abused and kept us isolated and trapped in the house from the time that she let us live with her when I was 12. I never lived with my grandmother until I was 12. And she used religion and read the Bible while she beat us. And after she beat us to justify the abuse and the beatings and beating my brother to death. So I had a lot of issues. And I saw my brother die when I was 15 years old. Had a lot of problems. So I wanted love. And again, I'm not making excuses for anything I've done. But that stopped right there. Once I got pregnant that first time, that was my last time. Unless I chose to get married, these two women have fucked and sucked. Nipsey and other women, when he cussed them out, when he broke up with them, when they cussed him out, when they argued him about bitches, when they fighting other bitches about him. See, that's one thing Drip ain't never did. I'm not like these two hoes, and they're not like me. Because I chose to hold my pussy and learn from my pain and learn from my real bad childhood and not put my two hands over my pussy and kept my pussy to myself because my pussy is an extension of my mind. And I realized very early if I keep meeting men that think they love me or say they love me lying and I'm beautiful to them lying and they want to be with me lying. You say that first and you use flattery to me. And then once you fuck me, then I find out you a liar, you fucking somebody else. And then you tell me, I really don't want to be with you like that. I changed my mind. This woman's better. This woman's smarter. This woman's prettier than you. And I'm going to be with her over you. I thought I wanted you, but now I don't. You got one time to do that shit to me. And we not finna break up, make up, break up, make up, break up, make up. You're not finna put your thing in my mouth or anywhere in my body and release your poison sperm into me. When what you said about me and what you think of me is in the fluids of your calm and every energy and fluid of your body. So you're contaminating me, you're destroying me, you're putting me down, you're destroying the little bit of self-esteem. Excuse me, I ain't even have none at the time. That's one thing I understood. Even with no money, my dignity and my self-respect and my pride to me, even though in that area I had really not much knowledge of what a relationship should or shouldn't be, how a man should and shouldn't treat you, and how you should and shouldn't treat your motherfucking self. That's one thing. I had a little bit of dignity and self-respect with no money to know that I would never do. Let a man put his thing in any hole in my body and put his calm anywhere in my body after he just stood in front of me and another bitch and humiliated me. Drip don't do that. And before I became Drip, before I wrote Alexis K. Tyler, Vagina Power, because I created Vagina Power from a lifetime of vagina pain. Started with my own fucking mother who said she didn't love her children and she abandoned and abused and let everybody else abuse her motherfucking children because the bitch's pussy was insane and she didn't love and respect her motherfucking self. A true fucking animal who would love other people before she loved her own children. and give her money and her respect and loyalty to other people before she loved her own children. So I was a very naive baby running around in an adult body. But that's one thing I never fucking did. You had one time, and that's what my son's father did. Stood in front of the woman he was living with that I did not know was his common law wife until after I had gotten pregnant and told him that. And he said, oh, I'm married. I don't want you. I don't want the baby. I don't have any children. I'll give you some money for an abortion. And then find out this nigga got children everywhere. In Atlanta and where he came from, Boston, motherfucking NY, New Jersey, where this nigga hung with. When he told me to get an abortion, he never had children. This nigga had children that was in motherfucking high school. I was at Kroger with my baby one day over there off Cleveland Avenue, goddamn it, downtown. Walking in the Kroger with my baby, a beautiful 8-month-old baby doll. It looked just like a doll. As I'm walking in there, I see his daddy. And I stop and say hello. He says hello to me. He with another skinny yellow bitch with a baby on her motherfucking hip. Her baby 8 months old and my goddamn baby 8 months old too. So when the nigga got me pregnant at fucking 20 years old and ain't never slept with a nigga, never fucked a nigga in high school, never sucked a dick, didn't know nothing about that. I'm pregnant for my first time and I have a baby by a nothing ass nigga that's almost 30 years old telling me get rid of it because I ain't got no baby. I don't want you or the baby. And this nigga got another bitch pregnant at the same time. He got me pregnant, but didn't tell her to get rid of it. You over there living with this bitch. So I might have been low and didn't have nothing. And I might have been broke, grew up in poverty. And I didn't have much self-respect. I didn't know what that was. I ain't have no self-esteem. I didn't even get a chance to go and get my education properly. But I did have enough self-respect. I punched him in the face. In front of the bitch. I said, I'll stomp your motherfucking ass. You sit up here living with another baby. I ain't seen you. You ain't paid no child support. You don't come around no more or none of that. And you over here living with another hoe. Putting your thing in her mouth and ass, and our babies look like they could be motherfucking brother and sister. Fat and light skin with goddamn curly hair and shit, and you over here got another bitch sucking your dick, and you got a baby that's the same age as mine, with eyes like yours, looking like you, after you told me you had no children. What? I would have killed myself. If I had an abortion and I run into this nigga later on and see him with other babies and this baby got babies all over the place by different bitches and I had killed my first child, which would have been my last child, because I probably would have blown my goddamn brains out. Knowing that I'm going to have an abortion so I could keep fucking you and I could have you and have a life with you by creating a death of your child that's in my fucking womb. Now, Drip ain't never did that, bitch. And Drip, let me tell you the story about the lady he was living with. After I had my son, the nigga was coming over there fucking me, bathing the baby every day, massaging my son every day, kissing and holding my son. Had his family come down from Boston to see that baby. They fell in love with my son. They said, that's your baby, goddammit. You said that baby wasn't yours while she was pregnant, and you don't fuck with her, won't give her no money because it ain't yours, and her mammy said it wasn't yours. They said, nigga, you a goddamn lie, nigga. All of us will whoop your motherfucking ass. His mother is Italian. They flew me up to Boston. My son was 2 years old to look at him. His mama grabbed her mouth. That white lady grabbed her goddamn mouth. She said, oh my God. That looked just like my little Kevin when he was that motherfucking age. He got legs shaped like him, bow-legged like him. He looked a lot like me, but he also looked like his daddy. He looked like my daddy and me, but he also looked like his daddy. And got that, his mother's Sicilian. And that blood run through his veins as well. When my son was 3 months old and one of my friends came over from my mama church, she said, don't trust him. Because you got to think about how he did you. She said, that bitch he was with, she said, my baby daddy did me the same way. And I found out he was still fucking his wife or ex-wife or common law wife and all that. She said, and then when she said that, I got some pain. I felt like I had to throw up. I got queasy in the middle of my stomach, which we know is your first chakra that connect to your ass work and your dick sucking and your pussy fucking. Your first chakra is in your ass, your asshole. The second chakra is your female organs, your pussy. And they go up to the second chakra, which is right there where your pelvic bone is, pubic area. And your third chakra is your navel, your solar plexus, your gut, where I felt that in my gut someone right, or I felt not to trust this nigga or trust that bitch, because the bitch ain't my motherfucking friend. And I got a feeling the bitch fucking my nigga, I want to fuck my motherfucking nigga. Or I feel like this is the right decision, or this is a good business deal, so I'm going to jump on it because I feel it in my gut. I got a gut instinct. See, that's your third chakra, your spirit telling you something in your motherfucking gut, and you feel it in the root of your motherfucking ass. I felt in my goddamn gut that the nigga was still fucking with the bitch. I had the bitch phone number because I had my moments too, goddamn. I got the bitch info, got the bitch address, tracked the bitch info down because I didn't know the first time I was at his house. That's what was the bitch house where she take care of him because he's a pretty nigga and pay the motherfucking bills. So I went over there, I got that shit. But I did not engage her and start no shit with her. I got in my stomach. I was 5 months pregnant. I was so fucking big. Like my grandma, the same time she had me jumping bitches with her, goddamn it. My stomach was sticking out like that. And I went over there and went through her shit and got the shit, found the bitch number, and I waited. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I just got her info. Because I knew he hadn't told the bitch he got me pregnant. So when the bitch said that shit, my friend said that shit, and it happened to her, I looked it up. I got the bitch number, got with her job, with and everything, working at the fucking library and shit. And no, I didn't say nothing to her. That's right. I called to verify she worked there, but I didn't say nothing to her. I didn't confront her. I talked to him. He gonna say it was over. I did wrong. This is my baby. I lied. I thought you lied to me the whole time. I didn't help you. I turned my back on you and you struggled while you was pregnant. So now I see this baby mine and my family see this baby mine. I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna be with you and I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna take care of the baby when I get back on my feet up before he started fucking with Big Meech now and became a multi-millionaire selling drugs. One of his main spots was in Atlanta, but he gave that to another bitch. Okay. So I called the house because I had the bitch house number. And I started talking to her very calmly. And she told me, yep, he spent the night over here last night. I said, but he was just fucking me. It was Thanksgiving weekend. I never fucking forget that. She said, he told me he went with you, but he take care of the baby. And I was very hurt. He did that to me. I said, I've been in your house and everything. She was like, why? We cool now. We don't live together. He live up the street because I had been to his new apartment. But he telling me he with me. He with the baby. He want to do the right thing. He signed the birth certificate and all that. This nigga was still fucking with this bitch. She was like, he slept over here last night. I said, he slept with me the night before. This nigga playing both of us. He clearly didn't want to leave this ugly ass bitch alone. But see, this is one thing I know. That's why I don't say that, because my ex over here got a ugly goddamn mule face bitch with a donkey ass. But you know what? That shit don't matter. Any woman that, because she's physically prettier than another woman, or got a prettier face than another woman, and you're the side bitch, so he fucking you on the side and he fucking her, telling you he ain't happy at home with the mule fish, the donkey face, and, a donkey face bitch. It's something about that donkey face bitch that the nigga like. Even though you look better than her, you really don't have the ups on the bitch, because the nigga still live with the bitch got papers on the nigga. They got a relationship before you. And before you, he won't leave her after, stuck his thing in you and got a baby by you. So that's really not cute. Women say, oh, but that bitch ugly. I got a better body than her. I got a better face. But she got papers on the nigga. You's a side bitch. Unless he chooses to treat you like he treats her equally and marry both of y'all, or he leaves the goddamn donkey that looked like that donkey on that old TV show I used to grow up on called Hee Haw. The bitch looked like that donkey on Hee Haw with them buck teeth hanging out the top of her goddamn mouth, laying over her fucking bottom lip that almost touch her goddamn chin, with some buck ass eyes and some nappy hair. The bitch looked just like, but do I say something about that shit? No, I don't. See, Drip ain't said nothing. You see what I'm saying? Drip keep it to herself, goddammit. But she got a real fat stripper ass. From the waist down, the bitch is bad. From the waist up, the bitch look like a nappy head donkey that's been goddamn fucked, sucked, and plucked. You hear me? But see, that's none of my business, goddamn it. Cause Drip still got the short end of the stick. I can admit that, bitch. When I just wasn't no winner, bitch. Not because there ain't no thoroughbred. Cause he always said, "Oh, I like you. You sexy to her. You spiritual. You know how to tap. You know how to treat me." Yeah, but you scared to leave that bitch. And see, I found out later she got papers on him. He know that when she would ruin him. But I don't want the nigga no way. Ass, bowels bagged up, intestines swole, anus sticking out, falling all downstairs in my bathroom, shitting on himself, feeling like something rotten in his ass. So I don't want you to ejaculate in me because your nut is also connected to that funky beat jammed up in your butt. And you hop on a stick and then want me to suck your dick that's drawed up about the size of a Vienna sausage and your nuts is the size of 2 goddamn baby grapefruits, goddamn it. Or some of them the size of them goddamn Florida oranges. Or them oranges out there in California that I love to drink that orange juice that they squeeze from, goddamn. Your nut look like 2 California oranges, goddamn it. Dick by the side of a damn jalapeno pepper. But no, thank you. I'm good. So that donkey face hoe can ride off with you in the sunset and retire with you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't always about your look. Niggas will tell you that when you something they want to stick a dick in and fuck you till they get tired and then start abusing you or mistreating you or see you ain't what they thought or you not a dumb bitch or now you want to raise up talking about some vagina power, bitch. When I've been fucking you, you a wounded little girl in vagina pain and you don't know who you are. You don't know your motherfucking power and then you trying to change the terms of the agreement, bitch. Bitch, get the fuck out of here, hoe. See, and I realized that what I was to him. I wasn't wife material to you. I might have had a wife look to you or look you like people look at you when you with me and take me out like a trophy and shit. But you knew I was a dumb bitch. Because I didn't know that I was vagina power and that you not doing me a favor fucking me, doing a little shit you doing me, bitch. My life was ahead of me. This nigga 30 years older than me, okay? So this nigga's life was behind him, but he had still accomplished a lot in life and had a lot to offer. But still, age-wise, bitch, it ain't like no young bitches checking for you. If they checking for you and trying to screw you, it's because they know you got some money. They want to do a Cardi B. Fuck them, then I get some money. But see, I was a stupid bitch that had honor and integrity. And I ain't try to trick this nigga or get a baby by this nigga, even this nigga begged me to do that. I didn't try to do none of that shit. I was trying to be a good person and a fair person and show that I was not a gold digger. I was not trying to trick him. And I paid dearly for that because I have nothing to show for it but a lot of pain and a lot of lessons that I've learned that I share with you. I get over my embarrassment and my pain from being a dumb, good bitch, okay? Because when you're a nice woman and you fuck a nigga that's got a lot of money and you don't try to trick him, and I wasn't with him for the money. I didn't even know what he had until we got involved because he thought that I would want him from that. Then he told me, and I still didn't really ask for nothing. All I asked him to do was to help me go to college and to teach me the businesses so I could help run one of his businesses and have my own money, not depend on his. He refused to do that. He didn't want to see me successful. He sabotaged my Vagina Power show. When I was on television at public access, he sabotaged any opportunity because I had him all in my business. I was naive and I trusted him. All of my money was connected to him. I just wanted somebody to be good to me, and I was trying to show him I was a good person, a fair person. That doesn't work most of the time because they're judging you from the outside, and they know you're a gold-digging bitch, even though I never was. He didn't want to believe I was a good person and I was a righteous person. There has to be a twist to this. She has to be conning me. There has to be an end game to this where she's pretending to be good, but she really want to get over on me. And he would always say to me, my friends told me not to help you. My friends told me not to send you to school. My friends told me you were no good, that you just want my money and you would leave me for another man. And I would say, how am I doing that when I don't even ask you for money? I don't even take your money. You just pay my rent, pay my basic bills, and from month to month, I don't try to take nothing from you. I ain't trying to get in your bank account when you go to sleep. I ain't trying to pick your pocket. I don't know your social. I don't know nothing about you, and I'm really trying to let you tell me. I'm trying to be an honest person. They'll take you being an honest person for a scheming, conniving actress. Because that's what most women do when they get with niggas like that. Boss niggas like that. I was too good to be true. He would say that to me. You have to be playing me. You don't really love me. You don't want to be with me. And I was like, well, why are you with me? Why are you doing stuff for me? I'm telling you, I'm willing to prove that. I'm willing to go to school. I'm willing to get my own money. But I also want to be with you. I want to learn from you. You're very intelligent. You're very smart. You came from the ground and built your business up. And I want to be participating in that. But I'm willing to work. I'm willing to pull my own weight. No, you just stay here. You stay home. I take care of everything. I just want to be with you. And I just want to pleasure you. I want you all to myself. Locked me in, took all my resources and bound me up and blamed me for it. And said that I was a whole undercover that was trying to trick him into believing that I loved him. But I was like everybody else. But then at the same time, jammed me because I couldn't leave because I trusted him with everything and all of my money. Now those years are behind me. I don't have to tell y'all none of that. I'm not bitter and old and having all this anger and rage and keeping it to myself. I choose to share it with you. So how am I the same as these two baby mamas? Because they're not even admitting that they're industry hoes, that they get drunk and suck dick and share nip with other women. Let other women suck the tip of his dick, come with him, eating pussy, getting high with him, fighting and arguing with a nigga about him, break up with him, get back with him, and won't let him go. How am I the same as that? Because y'all don't have no evidence I did that. Y'all ain't never seen me. And I don't date famous niggas. I don't suck niggas' dicks and get on Instagram and got a whole bunch of surgery and ass shots and ass implants, and I still could at my age. So I can get the attention of ballers, singers, rappers, entertainers to sell my ass to them and suck their dick so that I can be famous. A famous whore on the arm of a famous celebrity, a rapper, entertainer. Making money in different arenas so they stand out, they have high profile. But that's what these two did. So how am I the same as them? Not because I couldn't and not because I can't right now at my age, but because I have integrity about my pussy and I know I'm here for a higher purpose. And I teach vagina power and taking a nigga money and fucking and sucking while you can until it gets old, where all the young hot ballers want you, has a time limit on it and it doesn't last forever. And you're taking in their demons, they calm, all the demonic entities they've taken on. All the entities are coming in for them selling their soul for fame and gold. And a lot of them niggas are bisexual. Had to suck a dick and get gold by letting a nigga fuck him in the booty hole or fuck another nigga or fuck a tranny. So I don't lay with different niggas too for that reason, because I don't want to take on your demons. And I don't want to sleep with every other funky bitch that you slept with that's got a demonic heart and a black soul that will do anything and sell every hole in her body for fame, fortune, and fake gold. How am I no different from them? Because I could do it when I was younger. But I didn't. And I teach about it. And I chose to go without a lot of things because I didn't want money that way. And I didn't want to wear the cum stains, the semen stains of every nigga that I slept with that did all kinds of demonic shit. Just to get his money or just to get his baby so I will have a residual corporate type welfare check off the back and the breath and the life of the baby that I fucked him for so I would get security. But then where the demonic stains from taking cum in my brain on the ethos of my mind and in my body and every cell in my body from fucking them for money, how am I the same as them? Getting back to the story of the baby, my baby daddy, Kamala wife, that I found out he was over there and he was listening to her tell me they were still fucking and they were still together, even though they had different apartments to figure out what they were going to do and let him fuck and date other women. And he got on the phone. He said, you know what? Even though hit my Cash App, goddammit, because I'm sharing the wisdom of my pussy and my life with you and my pain. And I know it will resonate with you. And it'll touch the souls of you who are just like me, that you ain't got the guts to tell your business like I'm telling mine. And how I overcame that shit and that pain. Starting off from being fucked up and told I was nothing as a child. Trying to find redemption through a dick. Trying to find a husband that would love me and be a father to my children and have love and security. I never found it. So I stopped looking. I started looking for a righteous lover to be my righteous husband, protector, teacher, and a provider for me and my children. So that's why I stopped at one child. I stopped while I was ahead. Because I started to realize earlier that stuff starts within me. And if I'm fucked up and I keep going this way and say, well, fuck it, because that's what other girlfriends I dealt with. Well, fuck it, so just, you ain't fucking for love, so go fuck for money. Go come up and go get your money. Maybe I should have. Then I would be just like these two. But I'm not, because I chose the high road of self-crucifixion, self-flagellation. And I worked, even though I couldn't work and get high-paying jobs because I had no education and I had no connections, and I wasn't willing to deal with ballers and dope dealers in the hood that had the money. I wanted to have a relationship based on honor, integrity, love, and righteous principle. I never found it. So I chose not to sell out and prostitute. I've never been a prostitute, privately or publicly. I've never been a stripper. I've never been a call girl on the low. None of that shit. And I would never marry a man and be a glorified whore with a wedding band just for the money. So how am I like these two? Just because I'm not married? And I chose not to live that lifestyle. Like I said again, I think that I was kind of stupid. Even though that's an immoral lifestyle. It has the pains and the pleasures of it. But the road I took has a lot of pain. The only pleasure I got was having my respect and being able to look in the mirror. See, not only do I not have different baby daddies, I never had an abortion, I've never had miscarriages. I was only pregnant once and first time, last time in my life, okay? I don't have to lie to y'all. If I did, I would say I did. These two I'm speaking about got baby by different men. Kept on going and bridesmaids and never brides. How is that like me? And once this nigga here, the baby daddy, let me finish the story. He got on the phone in front of that bitch who ain't got no children by him, and he used to get arrested for beating the brakes off that bitch and beating her in the face, had this bitch a pumpkin head. She admitted he fucked around on her before, got babies on her. I wasn't the first one. He got a baby by when he was with her, and I wasn't the last. She had to call the police on him, get him locked up, and then as she get him locked up, feel sorry for him and go bail him out. Then he whoops her motherfucking ass, take her money, and get other bitches pregnant. Over and motherfucking over. And the bitch keep going for the goddamn shit. That ain't drip. See, I was an unknown drip, and then I became baby drip, and now I'm supreme drip with King Nip. Even when I was an unknown that I was dripping that sauce. Even when it was unknown that I was a baby drip in the making. Once you, and I guarantee you, bitch, once you stand in front of another bitch and say you don't want me, that's your first time and that's your last time. I might have been a naive, dumb bitch. But I wasn't that fucking dumb, goddamn, because I had a little bit of pride and dignity. And he didn't have no money at the time. Then the nigga became a dope boy. Dope boy fresh. But he became a elegant and classy drug dealer. Not a dope boy on the corner. This nigga driving Rolls Royces, BMWs, Mercedes, living in a mansion out here in Decatur. I went to the mansion. Because, he had to rub it in my face. He would keep my my son had pet rabbits that was the size of a goddamn baby motherfucking buffalo in cages. Had 3 stories to the house and a fucking basement that had exotic animals and shit for my son. And then the bitch is walking around there. This is another dope dealing bitch. A skinny, crack smoking looking ass bitch. Young bitch about my age who he wanted me to see. See, bitch, just could have been you, but bitch, you ain't shit. Your mama said you a fucking hoe. So, bitch, I ain't gonna give you a motherfucking thing, bitch. You ain't gonna ride in these cars. You ain't gonna live in this house. And he wanted me. Then he would come down, look me up and down and shit. You need some money? Then pull a roll of money out his motherfucking pocket with his goddamn flashy ass expensive suits he had on and furs he had on. Then get in front of his bitch. Bitch, did I tell you I ain't want you, bitch? You just mad cause I ain't want you. And other bitches telling me, bitch, that nigga still like you. You crazy nigga that got all that money. Why don't you have that nigga come over there and when she ain't around, fuck that nigga, suck that nigga dick. I can tell the way the nigga look at you, the nigga still like your shit. Baby Drip that was unknown in my conscious mind never did that. I never slept with him no more. I never sucked his dick. I never begged him for money, even though I was poor, living in a boarded up building. That's all I had. And was on motherfucking food stamps and shit. Baby Drip that was unknown that I was Drip. Didn't do that. After he got on that phone my baby was 3 months old and he had just climbed out of bed with me on Thanksgiving holiday. He was spending a holiday with me, and then he went over there to spend a holiday with her and spend the night with her and fuck her with her dumb ass. Smart and intelligent, but yet a dumb bitch when it came to common sense and fucking with niggas. And you know, he was giving her money, still fucking with her, but still fucking everybody else and getting other motherfucking young girls pregnant because she was older than us. Once he said that to me in front of another bitch, that hurt me so bad. And that humiliated me. That the thought of ever getting on my knees and sucking his dick and spread eagle and let him go in my hot young pussy ever again was more humiliating to me and a sign of self-flagellation, self-degradation, and self-humiliation, even though I was poor with no love and no respect. If I let him fuck me, every stroke of his dick in my womb would poison my womb and would solidify the fact that I was a dumb bitch with nothing and would only feel like I was something because I'm going to fight you with my pussy and you fucking him and I'm going to fuck him too because he's a rich, bossed up nigga. I would rather, like I did, live in a boarded up building with food stamps and nothing and take remedial jobs and try to figure out how I was going to go to school and get myself together and take care of my baby and not live with no nigga and let niggas come in and out of my ass, in and out of my house, and in and out of my life because you fucking him, bitch, and I ain't going to let you outdo me and take that from me. Bitch, I'm going to fuck him too and I'm going to compete with you and I'm going to fight with you so we both going to fuck him and I'm going to get in the bag. I didn't do that. You got one time. You got only one time, nigga. Even when I was baby unknown Drip. In my conscious mind, you got one time to stand in front of a whore. See, it's one thing you standing with me by myself telling me you don't want me. Huh? But it's another thing when you get in front of a female on the phone or you bring her in front of me and you brought this bitch to my house to brag, this could have been you. This what you could have got. You got one time to do that to baby unknown dripping and making. The Drip goddess in the making that had not rose up to take her throne, even in my lowest state and in my dumb bitch state. From having a life of being abused and told I was nothing every day by my mother and said, I'm better than you. I'm finer than you. I fuck boss niggas. I fuck number running niggas and kingpin niggas. That's what my mother would say to me and my sister. I fucked them. I sold dope. I hustle. I boosted clothes. I'm better than you. I'm smarter than you. I'll always be better than you and smarter than you because this is what I did. But then as I got older and I started thinking, you talking about you's a has-been hustling bitch. Hustling for boss ass niggas that lived in mansions while you lived in a motherfucking apartment and you took penitentiary ass chances on the street. They never married you. You never had papers on them. They had a wife at home and you was fucking and sucking and selling dope and taking penitentiary ass, fed time ass bitch. And now you a old bitch with no teeth, with a long stomach and long titties, sucking dick and snout powder. Bitch, what kind of mother figure are you to me? Then trying to tell me that I need to go sell my pussy and I need to go. You telling everybody I'm a prostitute since I was a little girl. Now you trying to make the dream and the fantasy reality. Just because you my mama, bitch, don't mean I'm a hoe like you and a slut like you. My half sister, my other daughter took after you, bitch. She got it honest and got 3 children by 3 different men. I even seen my sister tell, my half sister tell her first child and her second child. Lord, I shouldn't have let this bitch get on my nerve this morning and put a battery in my back, Jesus. My half sister told her first child, her second child, and I seen her get her ass whooped by the second and third child, goddamn it. The niece that tried to jump me, she told all of them, to be honest with you, I don't know who y'all goddamn baby daddy, who your daddy is, goddamn it. I don't know who my baby daddy is. I fucked several niggas, so it could be this one and it could be that one. Just like on The Color Purple, goddamn it, bitch. Could be not, bitch. Who's to say? It's my pussy and my ass, but bitch, I don't even know which nigga that I fucked that skeeted off in me, bitch, that got me pregnant with you. I don't know who your goddamn daddy is. Again, how am I like Nipsey's 2 babies' mother? What the fuck do we have in common? Because I made a vow that if I had another child, it would be by my son's father. But see, my pussy is a very wayward, stubborn, and ornery bitch. My pussy did not have the courage. She couldn't drop her pride. My pussy couldn't go back and fuck my baby daddy just so he would have a sister or a brother and he wouldn't be an only child. My pussy couldn't do that. Because to me, the moment I would have done that is the moment I would have lost all leverage and all self-respect and dignity in the spirit realm and the higher realm that I know one day would make me stronger and make me successful. Because drip don't bend, bow, or break. Once a nigga humiliate me and degrade me in front of another woman, and I did not deserve it. I was innocent. I ain't know nothing. The niggas is a blood gang member, a drug dealer, a street nigga, but was flashy and bad than a motherfucker. The nigga was nice to look at to my eyes. A pretty nigga, like Nip. He just was short. The nigga was a flashy ass nigga. Even when he wasn't that, he ain't had no money. The nigga was still a pretty nigga to look at. To me at the time. Now I see him, he look like a drawed up ass Mexican that been out there too long picking them oranges and them grapes and them pecan out there, and Father Time done whooped up in his ass and all that heroin and coke and shit he sold. He became a supplier and became a user and got high on his own supply and now got a lot of health issues. I remember the last time this nigga stood in front of this bitch, cussed me out, called me all kind of dumb bitches, broke bitches, living in a boarded up building, bitch. If you would have did what I told you, bitch, we wouldn't even be talking. You wouldn't ask me for no child support, bitch, because you would have had a motherfucking abortion, bitch, and we wouldn't be talking no motherfucking more. And the girl, key, he. Then it got good to him, so the nigga had to make it a family affair. Put his nephew got on the phone, his sister got on the phone, all these people on the phone laughing, bitch. And see, that's not no man. That's not no man. You might have looked good and you had some money, but you immature, retarded, and ignorant. He. And when he did that, and they living in a mansion out here, he doing that. Yeah, you want me, bitch. You wish it was you. You wish she was you, and you could have had this lifestyle, but you a hoe. And I'm just saying, where am I a hoe? But see, my mother was feeding him this. And she just wanted to see me miserable and unhappy with nothing. He believed her because he said, that's your mama, bitch. She know you. I'm like, my mama don't know me because this is a whore. A drug dealing, coke sniffing, reefer smoking, alcoholic prostitute who was out in LA and was fucking my daddy and fucking celebrities and partying with BB King and all of them. She's a whore just like Nipsey's 2 baby mamas that got in that lifestyle baller bunnies, baby ballers trying to come up off of sucking dick and being a party with celebrities. And my mother was trying to get me to go into that because I had that look. And I took the low road, which was also the spiritually principled high road, the metaphysical road that you don't see money in real quick by sucking dick, doing dope, selling dope, fucking ballers, and selling your soul. And he knew I wasn't doing that because I didn't have anything. And I was on public assistance. But he still called me that and took his rage out on me based on the lies, stuff that wasn't even true that my mother told him. And you know, as he did that to me the last time, and you know what? I took it. I took it. And my grandmother told me, who was also, because he was giving my grandmother money behind my back for her to tell him the same lies on me, but then withhold money from me. Your grandmama said you a hoe. I'm like, how? When I work minimum wage jobs and I live in the projects, how am I a whore? Y'all ain't never called me. I ain't never fucked no nigga in front of my son. I ain't never let no nigga live in my house and gangbang or sell drugs out my house. My son ain't never seen me do that. My son cannot tell you them stories to this day. Because I didn't want to take the low road to get some fast money, even though it was so hard to take care of my child with no education, no money, nobody. I never sold my soul. And I wasn't willing to do anything and do with anybody because they had some money. So again, how am I like them? Because now they're multimillionaires and they suck his dick and fucked him with bitches. They did anything with no honor and integrity. Hold on to a nigga with some money. And other niggas with money and they group sex with him and other niggas to be famous and be celebrities. Again, how is that like me? How are they like me? Because I chose honor and integrity and to ride the spirituality and have my son look at me and never have anger and rage against me because he remember all the dicks I sucked. And he remember all the men coming out of my house for money. And he woke up out of his sleep because he couldn't sleep because he heard me moaning and getting my head beat up against the wall and a headboard for money. How is that like me? How am I like them? And when certain holidays come by, my other baby daddy come around and my child get toys for his birthday and Christmas. And I got to explain to the other child, he didn't give you nothing because that's not your daddy. That's Tay-Tay daddy. And I'm fucking him because he's a drug dealer and I'm getting money and getting my rent paid. How is that like me? How am I like them? Because I only have one. And even though his daddy was wealthy and it was illegal money, he was still wealthy. And I did not compromise myself and get on my knees and beg him to fuck me and suck his dick to get the wealth of the motherfucking drug boss. But they did. How? What do we have in common? Other than I am single and a grown woman, an OG on the battlefield that chose to battle and be a POW, a prisoner of war, a prisoner of no opportunities, lack of opportunities, and refusing to sell myself or my soul. So I went without things because my honor and my integrity and my reputation for myself. It doesn't matter what you said about me. It doesn't matter what my mother said about me. That was the lies they told. I knew from the moment I wake up and wash my face and piss and wash my ass, I knew that Drip played the long game and had honor and integrity. And I did not sell my ass and I did not sell my soul. And my son saw me live in poverty and it broke my heart. Because I picked the wrong man that left me and that left him. I still would rather live in poverty and come up out of it and honor and integrity, not fuck a boss nigga or a drug dealer or a rapper entertainer so that I would never have to feel the pain of poverty And the embarrassment when I look at my son, he sees poverty and death and junkies all around him. How am I like them? How are they like me? Even though I regret the choices I made and took the high road and would work for pennies before I sold my soul and sucked a rich nigga's dick and married a nigga that I know I don't love for money. I regret that. But I can sit here before you today and I can hold my head high and I can look in the mirror and I don't have to take Adderall and I don't have to take Percocet and I don't have to take psychiatric meds because I can't live with what I've done. I got money, but I hate myself and I'm miserable because I know the things I've done and niggas I fucked that I can't stand and dicks I suck and I ought to calm my motherfucking drunk just to become a multi-millionaire. But my soul is cold and my soul is ugly and my soul is dark and I got a hole in my soul because I sold it for gold and physical things. Again, I ask you, bitch, that put the comment on my video that I have not erased, and I responded, how are they like me? How am I like them? And even to this day, having to start over at my age, I would still rather do it with honor and integrity. I don't feel desperate. I don't feel like I'm running out of time because of my age and the things that happened to me. And I'm not going to do no shit that will compromise my integrity because maybe that doesn't compromise their integrity, what they done and the life they live, how they let Nipsey fuck them and fuck over them and use and abuse them and how they use and abuse him and were voluntary participants in the game of being a hoe and a slut for him. He knows I'm not that because he didn't want to talk to that type of bitch no more. And I know he respects that about me. That's why he talks to me so openly. And he doesn't respect that about them. And if he really did respect them, although they are millionaires because of screwing him and having a baby by the right nigga, he never married them. And they are fighting for power and reputation and money, still begging off his estate, but cannot own and control the estate. The only way you have some power and leverage is because of the baby you had by him. How are you like me? How am I like them? Just because you found one similarity in us that we are not married. But I have a different reason for not being married. And after that nigga cussed me for the last time in front of that bitch, I went to sleep and had a vision. I didn't realize what a seer I was of how deep it would become like it is now. Students, put my cash up out there and hit my cash app now because I am sharing my life game and skills with you. Although a lot of you might not want to hear it or live that lifestyle because it comes from a place of deep integrity, deep intestinal fortitude, deep poverty, and deep pain because I chose not to play pussy games and sell my soul for gold. And say I might not be married, and I'm older, but I got security. I might not have loved the niggas, but I got their money. Trip ain't willing to do that. Not then, and not now, and not ever. So, bitch, we don't have those things in common. And those two women, his baby mothers, are not like me because they don't have the sheer, raw guts and intestinal fortitude to stand out in public and say what they did. Because we already see what you are and what you're not. And you ain't willing to save young girls and share your story with women like I have to admit what you done to that man and how you used that man because you couldn't control him. And in your anger and rage, now you're getting your revenge by setting him up and taking his money and trying to take a position like you his wife and shit and a lady boss that you couldn't do that while his body was alive because you know he wasn't feeling your motherfucking ass like that because you both hoes. Again, how am I the same as them? And what do we have in common? The only thing that we have in common is that we love Nipsey. But I don't know if you really love him because you ain't riding for him like me. You ain't been offered bullets like I've been offered. You haven't been offered ass beatings like I've been offered about Nipsey. Just because I stand up for him and I pass his messages again. What? And I'm not getting paid to do it. But you two have for your dirty deeds and your dirty slut ways on your knees, sucking his cum and sucking another nigga cum and drinking cum out of a bitch pussy. How are you like me? And another thing before I get to this story. After the nigga cussed me in front of his family and friends. This nigga had long distance privileges and benefits so he can cuss me with his family and friends so they can get the T-Mobile and all the other telecommunication cell phone rates. If you get 2 line and 3 line for your family and friends, they can all talk on the phone with you at the same time. This nigga got his family and friend discount, goddamn it, all around the United States, all around the nation. He got bitches on three-way cussing me out to his family and his friends and the bitch who he stick his dick in a mile and sell that motherfucking crack with on the streets of Atlanta, goddamn it, in DeKalb County. He's using his discounts very well. Oh, that's fine, Queen. I ain't licensed yet. I'm gonna get licensed, but maybe you can come over here and teach me to use the firearm I got, bitch. See what I'm saying? I ain't shaking, shivering, or quivering, bitch. I done tell you I'm like Tupac. Me and my girlfriends is over here. Bitch, ain't nobody scared of that shit. Why you think I still talk shit and talk sideways and got a reckless motherfucking mouth in the dirty South, goddammit? Nobody worry about that shit. If it come to that, it come to that. But you not gonna tell me like I came out of your stinking ass and like I'm your child what I will and will not do. And what I can and cannot say and how I'ma stop and you gonna stop me, bitch. The only thing you tell what to do is the child you motherfucking had, or maybe the nigga of dick that you sucking and put in your mouth, but you don't tell Drip a goddamn thing, bitch. I tell Drip when to expire, retire, and motherfucking react and motherfucking walk shit back. And Drip ain't gonna walk a motherfucking thing I said back, bitch. No matter what you threaten, bullets, feet and legs, kicking my door on. Bitch, can't surround, whatever will be, ho. I was born with a gift. And God gave me that gift. And ancestors gave me that gift. And they moved through with me, and I know they with me. They lay down with me. They in me in the dimensions, other dimensions in the dream state, bitch. And when I wake up back into the body and bring life back into the body to wake up, they with me. I do what they say. Not you. You just a human bitch. A piece of meat, a sack of meat with 2 eyeballs in it, and a stinking ass that niggas fuck you in for money. You think you gonna tell me what the fuck to do, bitch? I'm gonna do what the fuck I wanna do, and I'm gonna say what I believe. That man is hurt, that man is murdered, and that man wants somebody to speak for him from the goddamn grave, goddamn it. And the nigga still alive, walking around without his physical body. And as long as I feel sorry for him and my heart aches for him, and I want to speak for him and pass his message, bitch, I'm going to do that. Y'all was fucking him and sucking him, got babies fine, became multimillionaires behind that shit and still getting residuals from his motherfucking albums and all the work he did. Not you did. All you did is laid on your back, and then you deserve his whole fucking empire because you laid on your back. All y'all do is collecting checks off that nigga name. Y'all ain't did nothing to bring justice for him, and you're not speaking out like I am. And y'all know who shot the nigga, and y'all know he was being threatened to be killed several times before that. Again, how are you like me, bitch? What do I have in common with these 2 bitches? Because y'all are everything that I'm not, and I am everything that you pretend to be. A bitch that was riding and die for him with honor and integrity. And Tanisha and this other bitch bringing up, I did this, I did that. My name was on the marathon. If you really did that for that nigga because you love him, then bitch, you would say less to the public. We don't need to know that unless it comes out in court documents and you feel like you are entitled to more money and more of your estate, and that comes out in the public documents that we can see that are not sealed. Other than that, we don't even, you shouldn't even speak on that, bitch. We don't need to know that unless it accidentally come out and one of your friends or family leaked that shit. It shouldn't have came out your mouth. You just want to brag and show you got power over Lauren and any other bitch, but you couldn't control him in his ass. None of y'all could control him in his ass. So you want to control him with the baby and your leverage and any blackmail or extortion where you know this, you know that, I did this, I did that. And if you don't give me this or that, then I'm going to let them set your ass up and I'm going to get your money and your estate in death, what you wouldn't give me in life, and you wouldn't give me that wedding band. Again, how are you the same as me? Because I didn't do my baby daddy like that. And I could have done it. Because the people at welfare and investigators told me, in order for you got to help us tell us where he at and set him up. Because he making all that money, but you on welfare. And he only agreed to give you, he went down to the court and told them white folk that he was poor with that bitch that he was staying with, that he had been living with all them years, so he was beating her ass. She went down there with him. They double teamed me and stood in front of them people, told them white people that this nigga was unemployed and didn't have no money. This nigga was making millions a fucking month. Every couple of months and shit. This nigga was balling out of control down here. And they said, oh, po thing, you ain't working. You can't give her no money. So you can give her $25 a week. And the nigga called me laughing about it. And he didn't give me that. I still didn't tell. They said all you got to do is tell us his address, tell us where he lived, where you seen it. I knew the clubs he was in. I was seeing. I still didn't tell. I just took the humiliation and lived in the poverty and let him cuss me on the phone and shit. And I believed at the time, and my grandmama told me, God gonna fix this. You still let him see his baby, and he would take the baby shopping. This nigga was so dirty to me. He would bring him to see me while he had him in his custody. That's enough. I'm gonna get on custody in a minute. Let me remind me, y'all, so I don't get, if I don't bring the custody thing up, bring it back up to me so I won't forget. It's just so much that y'all said the bitch gonna say I'm similar, and I want to show you that we have no similarities. Them two bitches there. He would bring my son to see me while I would let him have him for the week or the weekend or something, but the summer. And he would have these brand new, real expensive clothes and shoes and short sets and stuff and take picture with him. And I would see him and I said, oh, you such a pretty baby. You look so handsome. You having a good time with your daddy and this girlfriend. He said, yes, mama, I'm with my daddy. My daddy, he was so excited when he was with his daddy because you know how little boys talk about their dad, especially if they don't come around, then they think you broke it up. You ran the daddy away. And it hurts them when their daddy not around and they light up. His eyes would light up. I said, damn, I'm with you every day. Your eyes don't even light up and I'm the one that takes care of you consistently every day of your life. But your daddy pops in and your world lights up and he started disobeying me and being very rebellious against me because he wanted me to get tired of him and send him to his dad. And I let him. And then he would always come back. Mama, he dirty. Mama, I saw him doing dope. Mama, he up there on that motherfucking hair. Mama, please, I'm sorry. Please let me come back. I did that to you to go be with him. And I let him go. I never poised him about his daddy. I said, I want you to form your own opinions. I know what he did to me, but I'm not going to tell you about that. And he said, Mama, I see. Mama, he did this to me, that to me. And then my son got older, going to stay with him at 15. He started hitting him, trying to make him weak in his mind and afraid of him because he was getting bigger than him and he was getting taller than him. I still didn't say nothing. I let him tell me what he thought of his father. But when he was little, and after he did it to me, when my son was 3 months old, he kept cussing me. I think my son might have been 2 or 3. After I had let his family see my son, and then they didn't want me to come up there. They tried to take my child. Well, he don't want you, and we know he got plenty of money, and we know how he get his money, but he still could take care of his baby and help you. He won't help you. I tell you what, why don't you give us your child? We'll make sure he has the best schools, the best houses, the best education, the best food. We'll raise your child for you. How about that? Just give us your child. Because we know it's his. And we want him. He's adorable. I want my nephew with me. And, you know, it was one time they tried to take my child from me. He told his sister to do that to me. And his mom and all them did that to me. I sent my baby up there on the airplane. And I didn't want to go no more because the first time I went, his sister, she was married and a principal had a lot of money, a big old house, like a 3-story house, like a doll house. And I stayed there and I was miserable because I heard him in there talking about me and he said I was a hoe and y'all put that bitch out. I told you that bitch ain't shit and y'all gonna fly that bitch up the state and my family, y'all gonna betray me like that. And I heard it and I didn't say nothing, but I wouldn't, like my mother, I wasn't gonna give my baby to them because I didn't have no money. And I said, can I have use your clippers? I asked my son, daddy's sister. Can I use your clippers to cut my little boy hair? Because I started I learned to do everything for myself. I didn't have money at the time to get a barber consistently. She said, yeah, let me go in my room and get the clippers. Then she said, you can come get the clippers now. Hmm. When I came to the door, she opened her bedroom door. That lady was standing there butt naked with some clippers in her hand. I didn't understand that. Your brother done already did me wrong and fucked me. You think I'm finna fuck you too? Her husband saw her do it. And you know what he was doing when she was standing there naked in front of me like that, holding the clippers in one hand, butt naked. She had a badass body. The bitch was bad, had a tall, skinny, athletic body with not one scar. She had 2 children by different men. The bitch was bad. She looked like kind of horsey in the face, but the bitch neck from the neck down was bad. I get that to her. But she looked like Mr. Ed by the head, and the mouth had some horse teeth. His teeth stick out her mouth. Like, see, my son, mama was the same goddamn way. She had 4 children. My son, daddy, had a sister, and they looked at just alike. They looked at like Hispanic like and was petite and small. She had 2 more children by another black nigga because she loved the black niggas. Okay. They both tall, slim, athletic build with a nobody know where the soul, then nobody love her. They had a horsey mouth like in a horsey head. So them two, the mama had 2 children by one nigga that looked at just alike. I had 2 more children by another nigga that just like. She had 4 children by different men, goddammit. Yeah. I looked at him, you know what he did? He sat there watching TV real relaxed, like, oh, we finna do a threesome again. They had another girl living with them who had twins. She gonna tell me, pull me to the side. Let me talk to you for a minute. I said, okay. We both had young babies. She said, you know, you really need to be more nicer to his sister because she got a lot of money and she can take care of your son. She'll take care of you. Give you plenty of money. You came up here with nothing. You could leave here with suitcases full of clothes for you and your baby and plenty of money. She took her shopping too. She told the other girl, the twin, pick out what you want. Looked over me because I didn't fall for the butt naked shit with the clippers in her hand. She was just wearing some clippers. I looked at her up and down. I snatched the clippers out of her hand. And I was really hurt by that. Because my mother was talking to them. My mother was talking to my son and daddy. She had him under a spell. Because she practiced black magic. He thought not only would I fuck him, I fuck anybody that they told their sister to fuck me. Because that's what she do. She bisexual. They pick up, she was fucking folks in the school up there. She was the principal over fucking niggas up there. They picking niggas up. They would drive around town, her and her husband get drunk because she was a house husband. She would take care of him. He didn't work. He stayed home and cook and clean like a bitch. And she was the man and she was a masculine in a relationship. She made a lot of money. So they would have group sex and shit with her. And for some reason, my baby daddy and my mother told him that I would go for some shit like that because she was rich. So see, I done had a chance to sell my pussy to other bitches with pussy. I had a chance to sell my pussy to other niggas with dicks and money and shit. With group sex and orgies. And I didn't do neither one. That lady did that shit. And you know what? After she did that shit, I didn't say nothing. I ain't had nobody say nothing too. I started calling my grandmother. I said, can you send me some money to change the date of my ticket to come home early? But I didn't tell her why. I just said, I don't, and my grandmother didn't care and wouldn't send me a ticket. And I told her, I would like to go home early. It hurt me so bad, the way they was treating me. They didn't want me there, but they wanted my son, and they wanted to take him from me, but then they wanted to humiliate me and get sexual shit on me. And I didn't do that shit. I was hurt so bad. When she went to work, I walked down the street to the sheriff's office, and I asked them, could they take me to a shelter with my baby so that, you know, I'm still healing through that. The way I was done by everybody. All the older, these were elders, these were adults, they did that to me. And I said, can you take me to the shelter? And they said, well, we live in Boston, so the closest one, we can take you to New York or New Jersey. I said, I don't care. Can you take me? And they said, she's a respectable citizen. She wouldn't do that. I said, she did do that. Can you take me to, and she was like spoiling me and my son, taking us out to eat every day, whatever you want, you can have it. And then when she pulled that shit, And I ain't want to go in there and eat her cat and suck her husband dick. Then she stopped buying me shit and stopped taking me out to eat. She would take me out and feed everybody in front of me and buy everybody clothes around me. And then that girl with the baby talking about, let me talk to you for a minute. Gonna tell me in the goddamn bathroom when we were washing up together that I need to let that lady have some pussy. I need to be more flexible and nice to that lady because that lady was a boss bitch. That lady will take care of me and my goddamn son. I looked at her and I said, oh, that's what you doing. That's why you stay here for free with your damn twins and shit. You up there bumping, candy, eating pussy and sucking dick, fucking her husband for room and bold and shit. She talking about, well, I mean, hey, what is it gonna do? It gonna hurt you? You ain't got shit. I mean, why don't you go on and get what she like you? I said, I done fucked her brother. That's all right. She'll take care of you. Look over there. He ain't shit. She'll take up for the slack and shit for him. She'll take care of it. I said, no. She must have did that with his other. And she started telling me she seen him fuck bitches and that he take bitches and had take me. When I didn't know that. And I was just like, I didn't know that, but she didn't take me. He didn't take me fucking nobody else. It was just him. I was just young. Just like, I didn't even know people did stuff like that. I was real fucking stupid and naive and sheltered and been abused my whole life. And she told me that. And when she told me that, and she was looking at me grinning and how she seen me getting fucked and all that shit, I was like, I can't believe these are older people and educated, got money. They up here doing shit like this, but all of them do shit like that. On the low, them fraternities and sororities and shit. All them undercover damn lesbians and punks. And do shit like that to get high up in politics and education. That's what everybody do. I see that now. That's what everybody do. But I didn't do it. And when I didn't do that, she started being real mean to me. And it wasn't no food there or nothing. And I told it, the police and up there, the sheriff, I said, take me to the shelter. They called her behind my back and told her what I said. Then she gonna try to she didn't attack me about it, but she still was real mean to me because I told, and she saw I went weak and easy. And she was like, I'm not going to change your ticket. You're going to have to stay here till I say that you got to go. You're going to stay here. I ain't catching it in. I ain't gonna, that's expensive. But she had the money. We playing the battle of wits now and the battle of wills. Thought she was going to break me and who was the strongest. And she couldn't break me, even in my poverty. I still was rich in spirit. And I was rich in my honor and my integrity. And she took me to the airport and she said, one thing she said to me, and I'll never forget. I was walking on the ramp to get on the plane. I was so happy to get away from this bulldogging bitch, this harsh-looking damn bitch. And she said, wait a minute. Let me hug my nephew because I know I ain't going to see him no more. I know you ain't going to let. And I said to myself, damn right, you are very more psychic bitch and perceptive than I thought you were because you know I never fuck with you no more. I never went up there and seen that bitch no more. When I seen her again, this is what her and her brother did to me. Like I said, he would have my son on real nice clothes when he was with him. You know what this nigga did? Would act like he was trying to do the right thing by me and my son. Even would give me money behind the bitch back. His girlfriend went with him. He'll take some money. I know you need something. After he done just got off the phone calling me a raggedy, broke, poor bitch. Then I get behind her back. You need something. I ain't even ask her. I work. Even though it ain't that much, I work. I didn't ask. This nigga stare at me and look me up and down and dig in his pocket and peel off some hundreds. Gotta always show a big old roll of money. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say, yeah, I need it. I didn't say nothing. I didn't ask you, you need that? And would show me the roll. I didn't say nothing. I just said, I'm not asking you for nothing. And he would give it to me. And I didn't tell nobody. But I still didn't fuck him. Then go right back home after that, get on the phone. Bitch, bitch, I told you, bitch. I didn't say nothing. I said, it was really confusing. You cussed me out in front of your friends and family, goddamn it, on that damn phone plan. And then get over there behind everybody back. And then go dig in your pocket and talk to me real soft and pull that money. I said, what's going on? And I asked the older man, they said he still want to hit. I said, what? I said, that can't never happen. That can't never happen because of what he said to me. My baby was 3 months old in front of that ugly ass bitch. For that reason, I couldn't fuck him just on principle. I could never keep my integrity to myself and the way I see myself and self-respect. I'd rather be in poverty and work my way out of it, honestly, than ever fuck him because he was rich. And the last time he cussed me like that in front of her, I would just be listening, and I was so hurt, and I didn't say nothing. I had a dream. I had a vision. It was a vision. It wasn't a dream. I saw him getting beat up and shot and locked up by the police. And like a stupid bitch, I actually had compassion for him. And I went to call him and warn him because I knew at least my son wouldn't have him and wouldn't get any money or anything from him. And one of my mother's psychics that had stopped speaking to her and started speaking to me, a big time root worker in Atlanta that people feared him. He was reading me at the time. Once I told him, he didn't know my mother had done that to us when he used to run the streets with her and do her root work for her. And when I told him what happened, he said, "Do not warn him. You stay out of this man did you like a dog, cussed you, make millions of dollars, bring a bitch in front of you, shame you, humiliate you, and degrade you. And you want to warn him, he wouldn't warn you. He treated you like shit. Stay out of it." Okay. About a month after he did it to me, and I had been to the mansion, and he humiliated me at the mansion in front of his friends, I had heard the nigga was up there in one of his mink coats up there at the gas station on the payphone talking. And he was talking shit, flexing with that goddamn mink on, not mink, goddamn mink coat on, goddamn it. That go down to his ankle and had some fucking leather shoes and a three-piece silk suit on with one of his cars. I think he was in the goddamn BMW. While he flossing, flexing and shit on the payphone, niggas know that he was up there. I don't know, because he known to talk a lot of shit. So I thought it was just to me. He talking that to some country niggas down here, and they think from up north, these country niggas are soft and weak down here. I guess they must have pinged off the nigga phone, or somebody know the nigga was at the goddamn gas station flexing. He cussing motherfucker this, motherfucker that. Next thing you know, some niggas rolled up and shot this nigga with Uzis. Bullets everywhere. This nigga ducking and dancing and dodging. They done shot this nigga from head to toe with Uzi. Shot this nigga in his kneecap. Shot this nigga in his elbow. Shot this nigga in the chest. Shot him in his ass. Shot this motherfucker all kind of weight and all. Shot this nigga 360. Drove off this nigga on the ground shaking, bleeding like a motherfucker. Leaking like a motherfucker. Couldn't walk because they had shot the nigga in the goddamn knees. Couldn't lift his hand to hold that phone no more. They done shot nigga walking around with pins in his elbow, pins and then kneecap and shit, hopping with braces and damn motherfucking cast and shit on his leg. The police came, took him down to Grady, handcuffed him to the goddamn bed, passed this nigga up, and wheeled this nigga out the goddamn jail. This nigga been to DeKalb County jail. Then after that went to prison. Huh? The bitch that he stood in front of me bragging about she this and she that, and that's why she got the house, bitch, and it could have been you, but it ain't you, bitch, because your mama said you a hoe and all that. You know what she did? This nigga getting this bitch hair fixed every day in a new weave style, and then them real giant bottles of Chanel perfume. He buying her that. They cost $200 and $300 and $400 and treating this bitch like a queen. You know what she did? When he was in the hospital, she didn't go see him. When he was in jail, she didn't go see him. She got some U-Hauls, bagged him up to that mansion, bagged that thing up, took all his furniture, busted in the safe, took all the millions, took all the dope, disappeared. He never seen the bitch again because he said it to me, and he admitted he apologized and admitted what happened, and he had got on heroin and fucking bitches and living in abandoned houses and shit. He lost everything. He said, I wish that bitch would come give me my money. And when she took it, she disappeared. I listened to his apology. One thing he said to me, he said, you know, what I admire about you, everything I did to you, everything your mama did to you, everything you went through, he said, you strong. Your will is strong. No matter how bad things happen to you, you keep going. and you take care of my son. I know I say you went shit and you a hoe, you do this and that. He said, but I'm sorry, you take care of my son. My son is clean and healthy. I can tell he hasn't seen a lot. You haven't done things around him. You didn't compromise yourself. You always know everything I said to you and hurt you, and the worst things in life have happened to you, and your way your mama did you. You always keep going. And I never heard that from him because he always called me stupid and weak and broke and all this shit. And when he said that, it meant something to me. And it shouldn't have meant anything to me. But to be so vicious and so mean and so cold and so dirty. And he said, I did that to you. And you didn't fuck with me no more. And I ain't give you nothing. He said, but you still took care of my son. And you still had the will to keep going. You just strong. You didn't let me break you. I needed to hear that. Because he didn't give me nothing but pain. And he liked to do me like my mother did me and get me in front of people. Bitch, I don't want you. You wish I want you, bitch, because of everything I had. You wish I spoiled you. You wish I took care. You just mad, bitch, because it's her and it's not you. And a part of me did. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't wish that the man you got pregnant by so young and so dumb that had no promises and no guarantees would see that that child really is his and do the right thing and take care of you? Who wouldn't? But I wasn't willing to let you talk to me like that and bring a bitch in front of me like that and fuck over me like that and humiliate me like that, like my mother had done and let other people do all my life, and then have pride and dignity and open my ass and let you fuck me and come in me. And I know what you said and what you done and what you didn't do. But these two did it with Nipsey and other niggas. I know he ain't the first nigga you let do you like that. So again, I asked the bitch that put the comment there, how am I like these two? Just because I'm not married, out of choice. What? Because see, I don't still fuck niggas and let niggas run in out my house hoping for a wedding band because of my age. I don't do that. How am I like them? What do we have in common? Because a nigga ain't never did me like that. And I fuck you because you got money. And I'm going to be with you because you're famous and you're well known and you got power and influence and prestige and you hang with politicians and stars. How are we the same, bitch? And then going to custody. Both of them shared custody with Nipsey. And when Nipsey died, Lauren ran her stinking ass down to the courthouse and applied for full custody and got the dead people insurance money check, the $1 million check for Cross, and then went after the estate and kept getting more and more and more. I've never shared custody with my son's father. I've never lost custody of my son. My son has never been taken from me and kidnapped. Because after I went there the first and last time, I flew my son. I let him fly up there to see his auntie. They tried to throw her pussy to me. And I ain't throw it back and I didn't catch it. I knew it was a lot of resentment from that. Oh, let me say one more thing. I'm sorry to finish. I'm about to close. My son's father would take him shopping and let me see him with the clothes on. And then when he bring him home, he would take all the brand new clothes and put them in his house and put the old clothes, basically whatever I could afford, put them back on him. And he would give me the clothes, all the brand new clothes that he would let my son wear at his house about 6 to 8 months after they had got too little. Yeah. The clothes and shoes he would give me with all that money he had, he would wait dirty shit like that until they got too little and wash them and fold them up and say, here's the clothes that I bought my son when they too little. His sister did me the same way, would bring clothes when they get too little and drop. This is the kind of dirty shit that they did to me. And they would team up in very, very sick family, very twisted and sick family. I didn't say nothing. And you see what happened to him. And he never got wealthy and came up after they did that to him and shot the shit out of his ass up there, that goddamn payphone. That Southern Belle reach out and touch somebody. He reached out, reached out, reached out and touched some niggas, and them country niggas reached out and touched them back. Fat his ass up, goddammit. I guess they didn't want to bring no revolver. They shot that nigga with Uzis. I guess they want to make sure we get good to him. They want to make sure that they got all of him and he felt all of them, goddamn, they got the direct message. See, they would do stuff like that. And speaking to the custody issue, my son's sister, they had a lot of power and political influence in Boston. They pulled a Samantha on me. When Nipsey physically died, you see, Samantha took Imani from her mama, kept her, and went and sued her and got custody. His sister had pulled a Samantha on me. Samantha the teenage witch pulled that goddamn hoodoo, who they do with that voodoo, on me. Because I let him get on a plane and go to Boston. He was supposed to be there with his mother because my son, dad, and mama got a house on the Cape, and it is absolutely beautiful because they took me there. And they kept telling me, making fun of me, talking about, you look like the natives. You look like the natives, because they got the so-called black Indians up there. Them Indians and the pretty Indian girls was on the beach with their little babies, look like little papooses on their back. And they said, you look like the natives. How could you look like the natives and you're from Georgia? I said, well, we have a lot of Native American our family down there, and I got to meet the Indian girls out there on the beach. I said, hey, like, you can be my sister and my cousin. And my hair was real long down my back at the time. And so they let me come out there, even the mama, his white mama, told me to come in the room. She wanted to talk to me by herself. I said, yes, ma'am. She told me to sit down. I sat down. She sat on her bed. She said, I really didn't want you here, because my son told me you was crazy and you was no good, and he couldn't find you. He hid the baby. I said, ma'am, he would come over there and visit. He know where I was with my grandmama. He saw me. He signed the birth certificate and everything. She said he didn't tell us that. He told us you was crazy and you hid the baby, so he couldn't get no blood test to verify it was his. I said, well, ma'am, if he didn't, I respect my elders, even though they was disrespecting me. His sister was disrespecting me. She was older than me. And I said, ma'am, how could he not get a blood test and know where the baby was when the first 3 months of his life he was at our house every day? He loved my grandmama's soul food, eating chillings and bringing his cousin from Boston. All them half-breed ass niggas over there, light bright down, while you don't know what the fuck they is. They over there eating with me. One of his cousins tried to fuck my sister. She was chocolate but fine. He tried to go in my sister's ass. And my sister was a minor at the time, 16 years old. He nose open for her. They hanging over there in the hood, eating collard green, black-eyed peas, buttermilk, cornbread, chitlins, which I don't touch. I can't stand. They eating that sweet potato pie, pound cake, and all that shit. I said, ma'am, I don't know why your son lied to you. Because he was at our house every day, and he claimed my son as his, and he went and signed the birth certificate. She said, oh, my son is a little liar, but that's my son. I love my son. That's my little such and such, and said his name. I said, oh, he had lied. She said, but you know what? Now that I met you, you're a nice girl. You're a good person. I can feel in your spirit. You don't deserve what my son did. She said, but you know what? Straight up, I'm going to tell you like this. My son don't want you, and my son don't want your baby now. He said he don't want to take care of you. He just want to take care of his baby. And I said, but he can do that. I never came in between it. She said, now I know, because I can read your spirit, and I'm looking in your face, and I know you're not what he said, and you're not a prostitute. She said, but when you get home, what I want you to do for me? She said, because I love my son, and I know he's a liar, but that's my son, and I ain't going to turn on him for nobody. You need to find a man that wants you and your baby. You need to find a man that's straight like that. That's it and that's all. You need to find a man that wants you and wants your baby and take care of you and your baby and leave my son alone. I know that's his. He admitted it's his. I can look at him. I know what my son looked like. He looked just like my son. He was shaped up like my son when he was that age. A beautiful little boy. I know that. But find somebody that wants you, because he don't. And move on with your life. Straight like that. That white lady told me that shit, man. It was cold, but the bitch was real. God damn it. Real. And there wasn't nothing I could do to argue or dispute the shit, even though the shit was cold and it hurt. That motherfucker was real. And I lived by that. When I got home, I lived by that. He trying to act nice and butter me up and shit. You can still see your son, but I'll never ever fuck with you like that no more. You can keep cussing me out, so I'm still gonna let you see him. Until that happened to him, we didn't see him for years. We knew where he was, up the street. And I would have took my son to him if he wanted it. He didn't talk to me. He didn't ask me, but we knew. We heard about it, and his family told us about it. That was it. And yeah, before that happened, I would let my son fly up there. And that was the last time he flowed up there because she had pulled us a mouth on me. He went up there for the 4th of July weekend and spent time on the Cape with his grandmama. They took him to see fireworks and all that shit. And then when it was time for my son to come home, I'm excited to see my baby and having him tell. Oh, and when I would call, just like down here, I would hear my son in the background. I said, I want to speak to my son because I was never really used to being without my child. I didn't like that, but I knew I wasn't going back up there. They tell me he's asleep, and I could hear my son. He said, that's my mama. Click, hang up the phone. But when they called, I never refused them talking to my baby. But when he was with them, they would start doing real pimped out, dirty shit like that. When it was time for my son to come back from spending a Cape on the 4th of July, he was probably about maybe 5. Something like that. I would still let him go around. I said, you need to know your people, baby. They don't have to like me, but I don't want to withhold you from that was withhold. I didn't get to know my daddy and spend time with my daddy. I'm going to go to the airport and I'm telling what time y'all going to drop him off. The bitch, the auntie, Mr. Ed, gonna tell me we're not sending him back. He's not getting on the plane. And his daddy was down here in Atlanta. And he was like, bitch, we keeping him. I'm going to sue you for custody. You a broke po bitch anyway. And I got money, so I know I'm going to get him. My sister going to raise him up there. You're not getting your son back. That's my son too, bitch. I told his sister got on the phone. We not putting him back on the plane. Basically, they tricked my ass, because I'm trying to be a righteous bitch. But that don't get you nowhere in this world when you dealing with dirty motherfuckers that play dirty. You can't play fair and play a good game with the motherfuckers that play dirty. And they have been doing that to me ever since I knew him. Ever since my child was born, they seen him. The aunt tried to take him from me, give him to me. When she seen him and how beautiful he was, give him to me. I'll raise him. You ain't got to worry about that. My brother ain't shit. I know that. Let me take care of him. You ain't got to. I'll let you see him sometime, but just let me take him. And I told her the first time she seen him when he was a few months old, I'm not giving you my baby. I might be not have what y'all have and ain't had a good family. I'm not dumb because I'm country. They thought I was country and they were educated from up north. They were going to take my baby from me. And so they pulled back. He not getting back on the plane. You're not going to see your baby no more. He not leaving Boston. On where you see him, bitch, is you go to court and you're going to have to sign him over. I said, okay, bitch. I'm going to show you. I might not be as educated as you. And I might not have the money you have right now and a big old house and a family that stick with y'all and do dirty shit and body snatch people, baby. And I might be country. And I might speak Ebonics. But one thing, I said, I'm not going to let you take my baby. She said, he's here. And I have the money and I have him in my physical possession. What can you do? You're not going to do nothing. And we're going to get away with it, dumb bitch. Hung up in my face. And I called his daddy. He said, we're going to take my son. And you a broke dumb bitch. And I'm going to win because I have the money and I have the family and they got the money and they got the power. And you won't see him until we let you. I got you, bitch. I listened. I said, let me tell you something. One thing, I don't have nobody. And I don't have no family. And I don't have no family to back me up. My mama got money, but she with y'all. And she with y'all take my baby like she tried to call defects and shit. And she would say, I hurt my baby. I abused my baby. Then they would knock on the door. And one day I let a lady in when I was off work. And she said, I want to come in. I was told that you abused your baby. And I said, I already know who told you that because my mother just threatened to take my baby from me because I wouldn't let her have him and take advantage of me. She said she was going to put roots on me and kill me and take my baby. I said, I already know who told. She said, I can't tell you who did. I said, you don't have to fucking tell me. I know who did it. I opened the door. I said, well, come on in. At the time I was spending my day off with my son, he had a t-shirt on and a pamper. That's all he had on. Just running around with no socks and no shoes on. It was just me and him in the house. Because I ain't let niggas around my baby. And I never lived with nobody. I never lived with a man. I never been married to a man. Never. Because I ain't want to, and I ain't trust niggas, and I ain't trust myself because I knew I didn't have good judgment. I had been abused my whole life, and I didn't understand things. I was trying to figure out life. So I wasn't going to let a man around him that I thought could be trustworthy and then fuck my baby and put big dick in his mouth and tear his asshole open. So that's why I didn't get married. That's why I didn't do that. I didn't trust me because I didn't know myself. I didn't trust myself because all I had was pain. So it was nobody around my baby for money and none of that. So again, how am I like them and how are they like me? We have nothing in common at all but our love for Nipsey. Well, excuse me, your fake love, but I really love the nigga and ride for the nigga no matter what. Okay? He got on the phone. I said, I might not be none of that what y'all are. But one thing I know, I will kill you, nigga. I will kill your half-breed ass dead and stick you and watch your blood run down the street on the ground before I let you take a baby that I couldn't even have. I was in labor for over 24 hours and my pussy went big because they was telling me, and the midwife was telling me, you should have sex while you pregnant. I ain't have sex with his dad or nobody after his dad the way he did me. I wasn't going to have sex with him. I had saw him a couple times, but I did not have sex with him. So I couldn't open. I lay there all night long with my water broke in the midwife section. And they tried to make me push that baby down. I couldn't push that baby. I hurt all night long and ended up getting jaundice the next day. They said, we're going to have to cut this baby out of her because she can't open. She can't have the baby. And then been brutally butchered and cut up and disfigured. I said, you think that I went through all that and let you take my baby because I had no money or education? Nigga, that's one thing. I will not die for my baby, but I will kill you for him. That's what I will do. That's what's going to happen to you. I will leak you all the way. Nigga, you'll be leaking before I let you humiliate and take the only thing that I love, that love me back, and that I live for. So they sick them people and shit on me. And then the lady came in. I let her sit and watch, and she said, oh, that's such a pretty baby. And he started climbing up her leg and got on her lap, sat on her lap and climbed up on her shoulders and stuff. And we was talking. She said, I know he just got on a t-shirt and a pamper. Can you take that off? I said, sure. And I was sitting beside her. I wasn't mad at her. I took his t-shirt off and I opened his pamper. And she said, you know what? Put that baby clothes back on. She said, I'm sorry. She said, because the way that baby climbing up on me and pulling on my earrings and patting me in the face and digging in my eye and digging in my hair and looking under my clothes and digging in my pocketbook. She said, that baby, I can tell he's loved. The way he running around here and feeling on me and hugging my face and putting his hand in my mouth and hugging on you. She said, I looked at him naked. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm going to leave and I'm going to close this case. And I never forgot that. She said, I know when a baby's loved. And I know when a baby's abused. And he has no scars on his body. I apologize. And I never seen that lady again. They never took my baby from me in the state of Georgia. I never been arrested for child abuse. Nothing. I've always seen the state of Georgia's hard for a mother, even a mother that's a prostitute, a dick sucker, and a crack smoker. It's real hard to have your baby taken from you, even if the daddy got money and you don't in the state of Georgia, even if you're on welfare. That's not grounds for a judge to take your baby from you. That's not enough grounds to take custody of a baby. The baby will have to be extremely abused by you, or you allow somebody else to do it. There's evidence of it. The police would literally have to see you sucking dick and sucking a crack pipe, running the street and neglecting your child. It's not like that in Georgia. So I was never married. My son's father never legitimized him, never had legal rights to him. I always had 100% guardianship and legal custody of my child. I've never lost custody of my child. I've never shared or split custody with his father or anyone else, because my son's father, although he's an asshole and all the stuff he said about me, he really never distrusted my pussy and distrusted me. Well, he felt like I have to take him from you. I have to share custody with you because you will abuse my child, or you will expose him to be abused by another nigga or smoking crack or doing all kinds of shit. Again, what do we have in common? What do I have in common with these two bitches? They shared custody with Nipsey, and then Lauren went to court and got complete custody and guardianship after his death. What? How are we alike, other than the fact I've never been married by choice? How am I like these two bitches? Huh? Because I never lost custody of my baby, and I never shared it with a nigga, a rat, a cat, my mother, nobody living or dead. I always had custody of what came out of my pussy. Even though it was cut out, I never shared custody of what I created in my divine matrix and what belonged to me, even when I was unknown, conscious, unknown baby drip. Living in an impossible situation where I could not climb my way out of it, goddammit. It was too high, I couldn't get over it. It was so wide, I couldn't get round it. It was too low, I couldn't goddamn climb under it. But I never lost custody of what belonged to me. How are we the same? What do we have in common? Because the beast part in me would kill for what was mine before I let you take it and brag about it and TT about it and tap your hands over tea with your white friends and brag about what you did to baby drip. Unknown drip in my conscious mind. That's something that you was not going to do to me. Now you can cuss me, you can take money from me, you can laugh at me in front of your friends. But that's one thing you was never going to breathe and do, because I will stab your ass to death and cut your heart out and eat it before you took from me what belonged to me. I fuck you up about that one. Right to this day. That was never done to me. And he, after all that shit he talked, he never sued me for joint custody. He never went to court with all of his money and ever took my baby or any attempt, because I would have stabbed him in the goddamn courthouse and went on and went to jail. I would happily do my time just so you could be hopping around here with a trait and me not learn how to talk again and have a speech impediment, nigga. I would do that to you with all your dope, all your power, all your guns, all your money. Trip would have did that and have you around here learn to walk and talk again. Trying to speak like you up there in the deep and depth dumb center of America, trying to get your speech and stuff together again and have your tongue match the movement of your palate, your cleft palate, and put that back together and put your and that's what you would have did. And I would have been happy about that. Doing my time, nigga, before I let you do that to drip. God damn it. The sister took my baby. They told me how you like that bitch. Because you ain't gonna get him no more, bitch, unless we let you see him, hoe. Because we got the money and the power, stupid bitch. And now we got physical possession of your baby. I took your baby, bitch, and you ain't gonna get him back. I called him and I said that to him. I ain't said to the sister, because bitch, you didn't fuck me and get that baby, bitch. So you can talk that shit and you ain't shit either. I don't care how much money you got and who you know. You got the police and politicians in your pocket because you fucking everybody. Y'all fuck each other on a weekend, goddammit. I don't give a fuck about that neither. So I called the sheriff. Called the police department. That's really walking distance from her house. So they like family. They know her and take up for her. I said, she took my baby. And I want you to get custody of my baby. Put him in police custody and put him on the airplane. First thing smoking. He gonna say to me, who are you? I said, I am her brother's baby mama. And they have tricked my ass and got a plane ticket round trip from Atlanta to Boston. And they know that it wasn't gonna be round trip. Tricked me. And it was gonna be one way. And they got my baby up there. And they have a plane ticket. I can send it to, I can show it to you. I can call the numbers out to you because we didn't have all the internet shit back then. I ain't had that. And no computer and no phone with no camera. I ain't know nothing about that shit. We ain't got no text phone or none of that shit. This was in the early 90s. And he said, who has custody? His father or you? I said, I do. In Georgia. Georgia supersedes Boston. Were you ever married to him? No. Did you ever go to court and get custody? No. Does he share custody? No. Does he have custody? No. Does his sister that I know very well, that's a good person, does she have custody? No. Is anybody else his legal guardian or have power? No. It's me. They said, maybe you don't understand. I said, I know you think because I'm country, I'm stupid. But this is what, I said, let me explain it to you. I gave birth to my child in Georgia as a single mother. My name is on his birth certificate as single, never married. They gave complete guardianship and custody to me. I was never married to him at the time. He did not even sign a birth certificate at the time. He has no legal rights to him. He only has rights that I gave him. He's like, I don't know you. You're on the phone saying it. I can't prove. You could be lying. I need to see his birth certificate. I need to see your ID. And you're going to have to prove to me that you're the mother and you have 100% custody of this child. Or he will stay with his sister, who I know very well, his auntie, your baby daddy's sister. I think I had to fax it or something, and I gave him my driver's license number. He said, let me go talk to her. He went and talked to the sister, told him who I was and my name and ID. And I said, yep, you know me because I've been up there before. I asked you to take me to a shelter because I didn't want to stay with her no more. They talked about it and they verified what I said and what they talked to his daddy, the baby daddy. They knew that I knew that I was ready to fight you in court. I was ready to fight you to hell and back before y'all thought that I was young, because I was younger than y'all. I was dumber than y'all as far as law and as far as college degrees. And I was country with a country accent. And I was real meek and humble and docile. And I'm not like I am now. I didn't speak like I do unless I got really angry. And that's when I took all the stuff, the abuse, and I said, that's when I told him, I will stab you and I will kill you and I will eat your heart out and I watch you bleed. You're dead if you think you're going to take my baby and I have to live with the humiliation of that. And the only thing that loves me on this earth and the only thing that I love, you're dead. I waited. I think they made me wait maybe a day or so. The sheriff called me back, police department in Boston. He said, I verified this because they knew it was going to be a lawsuit over custody that he did not have. And I would go through hell and have to get money where I didn't know I was going to get it from. But I knew I would win because I have custody. He could have flipped it. He could have done me dirtier than he did. He could have flipped it. Well, I want to sue her for joint custody. And in Georgia, you have to, what do you call it? You have to go through a particular hearing. I think I had said it earlier, but I don't remember what I just said. When he has to go to a hearing, legitimization. You have to legitimize him by going in front of a judge. This is my child. I want custody. And then they would make him do DNA. And if the DNA came out and it was his, the judge would have to force me to give him rights to the child. And he wasn't paying me child support. I was getting benefits and he would pay it to the state and they wouldn't give them to me. So you did all that dirty shit to me and you wasn't taking care of your child. You weren't paying child support. You would buy him clothes and feed him on the side and then bring the clothes back when they were too little and have them real neat. And I would see a big bag and I said, oh, maybe he's trying to change and he got all these clothes. And then when he would leave, I would look at the clothes and put them up against my son's body and I would look at the size of them and I realized he held them for like 6 months, almost a year, because children grow fast at that age and he knew the clothes were too little. His sister did it too and they knew it was too little. And then when they would leave, my heart dropped again. It's like, why do you keep getting your heart broken? Why do you keep believing that God and Jesus is going to fix this because you let them kick you? You walking around with a sign that says, kick me, and your mama and grandma talking about Jesus going to fix it, knowing that they were talking about, I didn't know at the time, I found out they were talking because he got mad. He was in such a rage. And he said, your mama, your grandma said, you ain't shit, you a hoe. It had built up. He said, they've been saying it. I didn't know it. So that doesn't work.
When you have a mother and grandmother and people that's telling you they go to church and they went to church faithfully, my mother was a preacher. They saying Jesus will fix it, but then underneath they doing some devilish shit because they don't want to see you happy with a man because they was never happy with a man, and they telling the man you're a whore and you're a slut and disrespect you don't give you nothing. But then he was giving money to my mother, giving money to my grandmother, hanging out with them, laughing and talking. And then he would see me, he would roll his eyes and call me a whore. And you think I don't know what you're doing? I'm like, I'll tell you what I was doing. I was just at work, or I was sweeping a bathroom, or mopping a floor, or making sandwiches, trying to survive. No, you weren't, bitch. You're a whore. And I'm like, I can give you the number of my job. You can verify. Oh, shut up, lying bitch. And he wouldn't even verify what I was saying. He believed them. You're not going to win. They're going to always break your heart and stab you because they're holding animosity and resentment based on what your mother said, what your relatives and your grandmother. And they think these people know you and have known you their whole life because you were born into the family. And that's not the way I was. I wasn't doing that, but I didn't know. And then he went to the move to take my baby. He was talking about mother and all them. He was basically brainwashed. He was gone at that point. And like I said, let me finish that story because it ain't that long. The police called me and said, this is Boston Police Department. We're getting ready to escort your son to the airport. We're going to put him on a plane and fly him back to you in Atlanta. We are verified and we've talked to the father and talked to the aunt. The father has no custody. He's never had no custody. He hasn't joint custody. You've never been married. He doesn't have rights because that would have got me if we had been married. He could use that leverage and apply for it and have rights because we had been married. We'd never been married, never been divorced. And my beautiful little pumpkin with the cat eyes was given back to me. I never, now he did go back up there. I did let him go back. When he was older, because he wanted to be with his father, and he started being rebellious to me. He was about 15. I let him go back after that once he got older because I knew he could make his choice. He could speak for himself. He could talk to me on the phone. And I didn't want to keep him from his father. So when he got older, I let him go. They never did that again. When me and him got in an argument, he wouldn't let my son come back. And my son said, Mama, I saw about him doing drugs. He's so dirty and low down. Mama, he hit me and I don't want to stay here. And I wouldn't fight him because he's my daddy, but it broke his heart that his father hit him. He's like 15. And I said, you're going to send him back now. I know what you do. I know you sell drugs. I know you're using them. If you don't want me to put the police back in this, and I called him over there. And he let my son go. He bought the ticket. I think, no, I got a ticket at that time. I got a ticket. The police came and he said, I don't want to argue. My son don't want to be with me. He can go home. He let him go home. So I did. I was still too kind. But at the same time, my son was older. He was going through adolescence. I'm not a man, okay? I couldn't strong arm and handle my son. He got too strong. And he deliberately he defied me. He didn't want to be with me. So I let my son go. And so no matter it hurts, I'll never keep you away from your father. And I won't tell you the dirty things that he did until he told me he saw it and he did it to him. That's when I told him the dirty things, but not before, because I didn't want to turn against him because the nigga didn't want to be with me. I didn't do that. So again, how are we the same? How are we alike? How am I like them? Please tell me. Because I chose not to be married to someone I don't love, and I chose not to be married for money and get insurance on a nigga because he loved me and I don't love him, and then get wealthy off of this shit. And I'm sure that sounds stupid to a lot of people. I kind of sound stupid to myself. Seeing all the hell I voluntarily went through just to keep my integrity. You know, integrity is not worth a lot these days, many times. It's about the money. So they're probably smarter than me because they're willing to compromise that shit for a physical life of wealth and fortune, and then you die. Or then you secretly have to look in the mirror with somebody you hate and how you done sucked all kind of dicks and sold your soul and compromised people and killed people for dead people, insurance policies and shit, and go after their estates that you own. See, unfortunately, I suffered because I wasn't like that, and men accused me of being like that because of my look and said I was a fucking gold digging, lying, whore ass bitch, and I was never that. So maybe I should have been that. I wouldn't have went through this shit being nice and being treated like you're nice because you're faking and you're acting and you're really a whore. I thought that what I was told, you be a good person, it'll come back to you. You reap what you sow. You give love, you reap love. You give compassion and you're kind and you help people, it'll come back. That didn't come back to me. You know, let me tell you, the only time that I felt like it came back to me is when you all loved me and you didn't want to see me sick and outside and hungry and homeless. You loved me. Nobody ever donated to me and gave a fuck about me in those times of pain and deep desperation and almost destitution when I've been out in the cold. You loved me and you were concerned. People that are not my family concerned that I was sick and I couldn't breathe. And I'm only sounding congested right now, not because I am, but because I've been crying through telling y'all this. And I'm just so angry that these people keep coming over here saying this about me. And it's not about you saying it. Because people are like, why do you let people say this? No, because if you repeatedly say it and it's because of the situation and because you try to reduce my character and reduce my integrity to say I'm like these two baby mamas, just because you don't like that I'm passing this man's message and you don't want to believe I'm passing the man's message and you want to say I'm just attacking them or I'm jealous of them or I want to be them and I'm just giving my commentary on them and my comments, and it's not that at all. I'm hearing this from the spirit, whether you like it or believe it or not. Too many things I've said and this he told me have come true, even about weather and current events that affect you, and he don't even know you. And he's selflessly not just fighting for justice for himself and to reveal what happened to him. He's also looking out for us. Just like a tornado a couple of days ago came through there and kicked ass and took names. I think in Arkansas, it was a whole bunch of them. Goddamn it, they tore it up. And didn't I tell y'all? Nipsey kept thinking about this is the year of the water tiger, and the year of water storms and wet works and water in the body and diseases and famines. And problems with gas shortages and gas prices and food prices because they were going to cut off the supply line and they were going to cut supplies off from Russia with Putin because they fucking with him. And people were standing in line for gas. I've been saying this for 2 years. Nipsey told me to tell y'all this before COVID came in. But these are my opinions and I'm a liar and I'm just hating on him and I hating on them and I don't want to admit that I'm just like them just because I never got married. I share my life. I share my pain. I share my failures, my tragedies with you. After I was told you don't tell your business, you keep it to yourself, and they're not ministering to women and the youth like I am. They're just now pretending. The actress pretends that she's a healer now and she's a seer, and Nipsey speaks to her after she's gotten his money. Because you know they're not going to last forever. So now I'm special, but you weren't doing that before. It's videos of you, him in the club, drunk and high, dancing, you fucking and sucking him and other niggas. And you've always had failed relationships from Lil Wayne to Trey Songz and everybody else. And you living that life. And we know you sold your soul and you fuck a nigga and get some money because you've been in that industry too long under your king, your handler, your ruler, P. Diddy. You're not a nice person. You're not a good person. You're a nasty bitch with a nasty, fucked up mouth, backstabbing, jealous-hearted, two-faced, treacherous, and you'll cut another bitch's throat to get ahead and get what the fuck you want. This is really not a nice, sweet actress, a sweet girl like y'all think. She's treacherous and demonic as hell. And I can look in her eyes now that he's been killed demonically and ritually assassinated. I can see the demonic energy in her eyes. And now she's a savior and a healer. Why you didn't save Nipsey? Why you didn't warn Nipsey since you're a seer? Why you didn't love and support him? And why he didn't trust you enough to marry you and give you full custody of his child? He don't trust now one of you sluts. And that's proof he didn't. Because when a man don't trust your pussy, and he knew you're a pussy, and fucking commented, but he know you ain't got no integrity, he doesn't share custody. Y'all made agreements, because that's how he is about agreements and partnerships. And he felt like that's the fair thing to do and the right thing to do. Let's share it, because he don't trust you bitches. After all was said and done to me by my son, daddy, and his family, I never shared custody. I never lost custody. And I never had my child. They didn't do no Samantha on me and get away with that shit. A bitch would never. And my baby daddy's sister and the mammy and the brothers and other sisters. Now, I think that, let me say this right quick because I ain't talking about them. I think they are right to take custody of her baby, even though she's the baby's mother and she deserves to see her child. I think they know what the fuck they're doing. They know something we don't. So I don't disagree with them for what they did. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm just saying, a nigga that fucked me and laid down and we were by ourselves when you fucked me and you got me pregnant, we were by ourselves. And you think you finna get up and get your sister finna be bold enough because she's really like a man with money and power and position. And you think you're gonna use that over me, kidnap my baby, trick my ass, and got him on the plane and physically had possession of something that belonged to me. Your sister gonna pull that shit. You put a Samantha on me before Samantha was even a Samantha, god damn it. Samantha wasn't even born. And you gonna pull a Samantha, that's why I call her. She done pulled a Samantha on me. But Samantha got away with it because that's what her brother goddamn wanted. And Tanisha already didn't have full custody of what her baby was. See, it really belonged more to Nipsey than her. And that child really is like Nipsey's counterpart as a female, goddamn it. You gonna pull a Samantha on me and get with your mama and your brother and double team me and then get with my mama behind my back. I found that out later and pull that shit, do a group Samantha on me. All y'all named Samantha, goddamn it. All y'all pull a Samantha on me. And then thought y'all were gonna get out in public and laugh about that shit. I had complete custody of my child in Georgia and Georgia jurisdiction, and my pussy and my vagina power in the state of Georgia outweighed your He-Man damn horse-looking pussy in the jurisdiction of Boston. Bitch, run me my money, bitch. Run, give me. Run what's mine, because I wasn't that stupid of a country bitch. I had the power, I had the custody, I had the authority over what belonged to me. It wouldn't have existed if they hadn't pulled them out my ass. I created that, and you think you gonna not run me and give me? Give me me, or I will destroy everything you built. You would never pull a Samantha on me and get away with it. Again, I ask you, how is she like me? What do we have in common? A lesser bitch with a lesser name that got her money and her fame from Nipsey's gang. Vagina power, bitch.